What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We are here. This is it. Down from 600 players to just 2. Today we're going to determine the ultimate winner, the champion of the T5S2 Season 3 circuit. This is the Grand Finals, everyone. And I want to thank everyone for coming and watching today. We have 2 incredible players this season in our Grand Finals who have absolutely put their blood, sweat, and tears, total dedication to excellence in play this season. We have seen some incredible games from these players so far in the season and in the Invitational. And I am so excited to have them both here today. 2 series regulars of the Discord server. If you're in there as well, they've played in dozens of events this season, and both of them have shown superlative skill in Warhammer 40k. This is, in the red, playing Iron Hands, Fouchini versus his opponent in the blue, AshC, aka Rentar, playing Adeptus Sororitas. This is the Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for some incredible Warhammer 40k. We do have a prediction up, everyone, so if you want to vote for your chosen champion to be the ultimate winner of the Invitational, you can drop those channel points in there. And you can visit the players list over at !lists. Now we are up and running. We had the roll-off to go first. Ash did win the roll-off and is currently running through her first movement phase. Ash, as we've seen in her semifinals game with this very bizarre composition of Adeptus Sororitas, she's bringing a lot of Engines of Redemption, a total of 19, 20 total vehicles when you include Morven Val, as well as a unit of Valorous Heart Sacrosancts to keep her characters alive. And she's going to be delivering them with absolute aggression into Fouchini's Iron Hands army here, pushing forward with these Penitent Engines, keeping her Mortifiers back to provide fire support, but just going to be trying to take as much table space as possible. Over here on Fouchini's side, we've seen this list many, many times in the T5S2 series. This is the final iteration, potentially, of this Iron Hands list that Fouchini has crafted expertly over hundreds of games of Warhammer 40k. Built around a core of 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, as well as a Character Contemptor being upgraded with March of the Ancients to also get that Merciless Logic Warlord trait to explode its attacks into additional attacks on hit rolls of 6. To combo with those Volkite Culverins, a lot of shots hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, alongside the buff from the Tech Marine for +1 to hit, rerolling 1s for the Iron Hand Super Doctrine. This is an immense amount of firepower out of these core of 3 Dreadnoughts, and a very clever pick into the meta game. Both these players expecting a lot of Adeptus Mechanicus, as we saw in the semifinals and quarterfinals, and both of them with some technology to fight that matchup. One of those pieces being that Relic Contemptor Dreadnought. We also have a lot of fast elements on the Space Marine side of the table with 3 units of Vanguard Veterans, as well as an Assault Marine squad. We've been seeing, it's a tradition, I think, in the T5S2 Invitational that we see some non-standard picks getting played in the finals game. And today we do have Assault Marines, and we also have Sniper Scouts, chat, in Fouchini's list. Where on the other table we have these Mortifiers and Penitent Engines. And we saw Ash pilot those to an incredible semifinals game against Devin Swan, taking down the final Adeptus Mechanicus player, the big boogeyman in the metagame, in a clinical display of how to play against a static gun line like Mechanicus. It was a close game, and the Mechanicus had several chances to get back in, but Ash was able to close it out and make it to the Grand Finals today. And now she's pushing for the ultimate victory with this aggressive play, moving Sacrosancts as well as her characters into the center of the table under their bodyguard aura. This is going to expose them potentially a little bit to some early fire. But it seems like with the additional cover of all of these Engines of Redemption pushing forward against Fouchini's Drop Pod Devastator squad, she may be able to get them up into the center of the table safely. And with that, hopefully use them to close things out. Looking at the secondary objectives these players have picked, Fouchini in here with To the Last, which will target all 3 of his his Dreadnought units. We have the Relic Contemptor as well as the 2 Redemptors. Retrieve Octarius data and bring it down. We do have a couple units that we could potentially use some guerrilla tactics on to try to get Retrieve Octarius data. There are 2 Eliminator squads in Fouchini's list that he could elect to Deep Strike over to get that Octarius data. It's also a potential that he could just walk into the table quarter on the side here with those fast movers like Vanguard Veterans and like Assault Marines to score that. Bring it down, a pretty easy pick against AshC's list. She has a lot of individual vehicles that each will be worth 1 point, with those Penitent Engines and Mortifiers, each giving up a victory point. Over on AshC's side of the table, she's bringing no prisoners to score points off wounds she deals to Fouchini's infantry. She's also bringing Vital Ground to score points for holding the center objectives at the start of her turn or Fouchini's home objective. That is the mission-specific secondary. Last but certainly not least, we have Defend the Shrine, which I believe we have picked objective 3 for, that Fouchini has put a lot of these forward deploy units on to contest.
Okay, so Heavy Bolter. All hit. Rerolls. No wounds, 2 crack missiles.
So taking some shots into these Redemptor Dreadnoughts from Morvenval alongside that commander of the Adeptus Sororitas ability to give her full rerolls.
So first one. Fail damage.
Damage will be 2 CP reroll that.
Not big damage coming out of this crack missile. That would be reduced to 1 with
so
Duty
damage.
Eternal. Gonna take 2 on the Redemptor Dreadnought. And the second armor save is good. That is not a phenomenal amount of damage coming out of Morvenval.
Here I thought I would have a good turn killing those 2.
The Primaris Tech Marine will be able to heal a lot of that. Now, Ash does have a Retributor squad hiding in the back here. This is an Argent Shroud Retributor squad, so it is going to be able to advance and fire with those Multi-Meltas. Ash doesn't have, not having great options for attacks right now. Fouchini has placed his Dreadnoughts far enough back so that they are out of threat range of those Retributors on turn 1, even with the advance.
Oh shit, sorry, I forgot about this guy. It's supposed to shoot the blue Eliminators. Yeah. The company veterans.
Last chance to predict with those channel points, chat.
And 3s. 3 saves on your Eliminators.
What? Yeah, there's 1 guy left. And this was into which squad? Which one do you
The
want?
blue ones. Because they all don't get cover. Yeah. Regardless. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, then we go back.
I don't have. Yep, I don't have leadership. That.
So pretty short turn coming out Ash here. In her first battle round, she has moved, like I mentioned before, pretty aggressively far forward. We have Ephriel Stern and Kaiganil threatening a fight over Objective 2, along with Celestine. One thing that we could potentially see, I think, is a drop pod in the corner here to try to remove those Sacrosants with the Grav Cannons. That would open up Morvenval and Celestine to be attacked.
No, it's in.
Eat bolt gun!
The token.
It's Awaken. I think I've got Awaken Machine Spirits back.
This thing is the healing one.
Well, it's +1 to hit. Boom. Thank you for fixing it. No.
So moving on to Fouchini's turn. Fouchini is an expert at playing sort of an aggressive style of Space Marine, where either he can use his relative speed on these jump pack infantry to kind of play a threat range game with his opponent, play a little bit cagier, use the Relic Contemptor Dreadnought with a bodyguard from the company veterans in the back here to allow it to attack his opponent with impunity, or potentially play a little bit of a threat overload game, forcing a bunch of Vanguard veterans as well as these powerful Redemptor Dreadnoughts down the throat of his enemy. and really force them to deal with too many targets. We should mention as well, he also has his unit of Vanguard veterans in reserve, so he's probably going to be looking to score some Retrieve Octarius data with them. But it looks like we may be looking for a drop pod in the back corner. Yeah, no, it looks like we're going to try to drop it on Objective 3. This could be devastating if we do see the Sacrosants go down. Although it will potentially give Ash something to charge and hold down Objective 3 with that being her Shrine objective. Although this could potentially be a lot of damage. I think Ash really wants to try to force as much damage through on her resilient characters as possible. It is going to essentially require a few shooting activations to remove the Sacrosants and then attack into the characters. And the characters, obviously, all with damage reduction, high and vulnerable saves, access to Moment of Grace and CP rerolls to keep them alive, plus standard Miracle Dice usage, can be very difficult to kill. That said, we are Devastator Doctrine this turn, so this is literally the most damage that the Devastators will possibly do. But once the Devastators have been deployed, they're down on the table. There's a billion heavy bolters on these Mortifiers. So, unlike some of the other Sororitas lists that we've watched in the past, Ash is not that worried about removing these models. She's just going to be able to pick them up as soon as they drop in. Hopefully. It almost makes me wonder here if Ash is hoping, unlike the game plan in most games with Adeptus Sororitas, and especially this character-heavy archetype of Adeptus Sororitas, where you're trying to protect your characters as they move up the table as long as possible. You get some free damage out of the long-range attacks from things like Morvenval and Ephriel Stern with her Smite ability. Celestine's ability to hold down objectives with big heroic interventions, for example, and respawn several times to be very difficult to kill. A lot of times you want to have those characters be protected early and then use them to move in and attack your opponent. But it almost feels like she might be using her characters as cover here. It is going to be a pretty reasonable amount of shooting that has to be dedicated to removing these characters, and obviously with Celestine on the table, she may not die, especially if she respawns and we can't get a charge into her from one of these Vanguard veteran units. And that means that all of these Penitent Engines and Mortifiers get to move up the table unmolested. Definitely, I think, would have liked to have seen some more aggressive positioning out of Ash if that was the plan. That said, I don't think she wants the Mortifiers especially to be removed, since the Mortifiers, those mass heavy bolters, are going to be so important at removing these 2-wound Space Marine profiles. Fouchini here looking for as many angles on those Sacrosants as he can get as possible. He does have a couple shooting activations he can shoot into them with all these Devastator Marines. We obviously have 2 separate Devastator squads, each one of them with an Armorium Cherub. So in order to get the maximum damage output from the unit, you do have to have a model who has line of sight basically to the entire Sacrosant unit. Because if you only kill 4 and Ash pulls the ones that are out of line of sight, you may not be able to use that Armorium Cherub. That said, I don't believe... It looks like Morvenval may just be in range of this Sacrosant in the back here, who's going to be, if you're looking to remove for line of sight, probably the first one to be removed. Which means Morvenval might just be trying to tank it on her invulnerable save today.
He's not in a pit anymore. Yeah, he was... Go. Start on the way. 9, 9, 8, 9. So let's go.
Now, interestingly, the other thing that this might do is give Ash some ability to. Yeah, so we're just flipping over the Devastators there because that's going to be where their proxy-based locations are. We're just determining where they're going to be set up at the end of the movement phase during the reinforcement step, and that will allow Fouchini to move his movement phase accordingly. But that will give Ash the ability to retaliate with some of these longer range guns like the Retributors and like the Mortifiers in the back into these Devastators on Objective 3 without them being in line of sight of Fouchini's heavy guns. So while she may be putting her characters in danger, and obviously that's not entirely a given. There's a lot of invulnerable saves to be rolled out in here, which could spike one way or another. And Sororitas characters are just generally really obnoxious to remove. Take a look at Ash's Miracle Pool. Looks like she has no Miracle Dice in the pool currently because she didn't destroy anything yet. So maybe a little spicy because we don't have any Miracle Dice to spend. But that does mean that she will be able to remove the Devastator Marines and a lot of these Vanguard veterans pretty early. Not to mention the fact that I don't think Ephrael, Stern, and Kaiganel are in much danger right now. Which means she will have some models to fight over Objective 2 pretty effectively. That said, one thing that Fouchini is really good at is this 1-2 punch style with his Space Marines. Taking, essentially 4 separate jump pack squads means that he can play aggressively with whichever jump pack squad is going to be a little bit more effective. He does have a unit of Vanguard veterans with 2 sets of chain swords, so worse attacks overall than the Lightning Claw Vanguard veterans, but more base attacks. So if they need to clean through infantry or something like that, they can do that just fine. And he can lead with whichever squad is going to be a little bit more resilient and annoying for his opponent to kill, and then use the second squad in the back there to clean up and start fighting over the objectives that they're on. He also has the Voxa Spiritum as well as the Rights of War on his Primaris Lieutenant in the back here to broadcast that 9-inch aura, contributing objective secured to any of these jump pack units that pop up. And so we may see him just start stringing out some Vanguard veteran units from the objective back to that Rights of War aura in order to commit OBSEC to that objective, to force Ash to have to remove all those Vanguard veterans. He's probably going to be keeping that near that Relic Contemptor so that they can both benefit from the company veteran bodyguard aura. And it's important to keep in mind that this turn, because we are in Devastator Doctrine for the Iron Hands, they're all going to be re-rolling their ones to hit with those heavy weapons. So even he doesn't need to push forward any reroll support for the Devastators on this turn because they're going to be doing it innately themselves. But we will probably see later, assuming these Redemptors can survive more of the game, we will most likely see a Wisdom of the Ancients go down on these one of these Redemptor Dreadnoughts in the future to continue to provide those reroll ones to any remaining ranged elements that Fouchini has later on. So keeping that Relic Contemptor in Bodyguard aura as well, so it can't get hit with all those mass heavy bolters.
Moving free, not poking through the wall. Take main well. Used to be moving.
As we close out Fouchini's movement phase here, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors for the Season 3 Invitational, GameMat.eu and 3D6 Wargaming. GameMat.eu bringing you all sorts of high-quality neoprene gaming mats in the new 9th edition size. They're also moving into 3-dimensional terrain as well. You can find them at, obviously, GameMat.eu. And 3D6 Wargaming bringing you neoprene elements and all sorts of laser cut accessories and other helpful tools for playing your games of Warhammer 40k with. You can even get tactical tortoise objective markers over there. So if you want to have a little tactical tortoise on your games of 40k, you can visit both of our sponsors by putting exclamation point sponsors in the chat.
A bit closer, so I'm going to tangle a bit. T6.4.
So Fouchini ensuring here that he can stay outside of the Retributor's range, but also ensuring that we can tag Morvenval with some of that shooting. That said, the Redemptor Dreadnoughts don't have the greatest range. We're only going to be committing into her with the Macroplasma on the Plasma Dreadnought.
Careful,
and the other Dreadnought only has a 30-inch range on its Heavy Onslaught. So maybe one of the reasons that Ash is being so brazen with her placement is that this range is going to be a little bit awkward, right? Because she could potentially be trading Morvenval for the Redemptor Dreadnoughts, which we have to remember are to the last targets for Fouchini, which means he's going to immediately lose 5 points if those models end up getting removed.
Plasma's out. The Dakar is in range of 1 if you roll 6. And
so we could potentially just put the Heavy Onslaught as well as the one Macroplasma shot into Morven, which I'm not sure is going to be quite enough to take her down without some really good rolling.
Yeah, that's going to be movement, and then these guys.
Although she does, she is only toughness 5, so that Heavy Onslaught may be fine at converting into her winning on, or hitting on 3s rerolling 1s, and then winning on 3s with a reroll as well. No, we're not inside the Lieutenant Aura, so no rerolls on the wound rolls.
And then these guys are going to come down.
And we have those eliminators with that very cool Instigator Bolt Carbine. Which will let them move back into cover to survive a little bit on Objective 3.
Movement, start of shooting phase.
This guy's not within 3.
No.
No, it's a hull, remember? So
yeah.
The 3-inch bubble is not actually 3 inches. It's a jagged thingy. Yeah, that guy's fine. The rest are fine. I think should be. This guy is the rest are fine. It's just that one guy who looked quite.
Cool. Target protocols is going to go onto the Contemptor. And to shoot. I'm going to shoot everything from Red Squad into the Sacrosancts, and I'll spend 1 CP for Mercy's weakness.
Sure.
So dropping our Mercy's weakness now on the Sacrosancts to try to ensure that kill. That will give them exploding wounds on their wound rolls, so 6s will turn into an additional wound.
And then freeze the wounds, explode. So that's 6 saves so far on the Sacrosancts.
Okay. 1 so far.
So 3 going down.
You can't CP a fast roll.
Alright, so you can't CP a fast roll. Alright, so I'll hold that. 3 so far. 3 so far, I'll put the CP back.
Oh. And I still got my multi-master short scope.
So Morven is going to be exposed now, but Celestine will remain protected.
CP it.
So we're going to try to keep one alive. We do with the CP reroll. Last save, we'll remove 1. So we do have 1 Sacrosant remaining. Is she in line of sight of any of these?
One should be out of line of sight of everybody.
Devastate.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, for sure. So Celestine is protected. Get stuffed this side of the table.
So we'll pop the multi-melter and we'll shoot it into Morven.
Well, there you go.
Sure.
So that I have to, so hitting on.
Unless we have a line of sight from this one.
Freeze
no way, she's safe.
And then freeze. 2 wounds on Morven.
Morven fails both invulnerable saves. Oh no, chat.
So first one, D6 plus
she does
2,
half damage.
Half. That's going to be 8 damage. Down 4. Next one. It is going to be 7 damage, which rounds up, I'm guessing, so she's dead. Or does it round down?
Yep, she's dead.
Oof. Oof. You'd hope Morven would survive a little bit more than the single Multi-Melta attack, but that is what Multi-Meltas do.
We still have the cherub. So let's go a shot. I'll shoot the next squad. So blue guys are going to shoot everything into. Let's see here. Blue guys are going to shoot everything into the penitents.
Was that 6 and 7 damage on Morven, or 7 and
6 and 7?
No, it was
7 and 8.
It was 8 from the first one down to 4, and then 7 from the other one.
No.
Oh no, so
This is 7 and 6.
Where's the other damage coming from? I'm missing it.
What do you mean?
So you rolled a 5 and a...
No, 7 rounding up and 6.
It's 7 rounded up.
6.
7 rounding up.
So that's 4 damage.
So 3.5.
Oh, so she's down 1. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
Cool. That's my apologies.
Alright.
Cool. Just get 1 target.
Yeah, losing my mind.
So I'll shoot again. All right. 12 shots into her.
Yeah, we do. She will die for the most likely from the Redemptors, but we do have to roll it out.
And then
Not quite killed by a single
Toughness
Multi-Melta.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, now she's dead.
Declare my intent to use method in case I forget later.
You get D3CP thing.
Something like that. Miracle dice, but yeah.
Cool. Then blue squad's gonna fire everything into the penitents.
Sure.
So sick with the multi-motor. 2s, real 1s, go hit, and then 3s. Both go free. You don't have an in-run, right?
No.
Cool, so first one, 5 damage for 2 things.
So now dumping shots into these penitent engines.
And the next one, D6.
These are a pretty obnoxious profile to remove. And especially for graph cannons, which rely a lot on shooting into 3+ armor saves, only one of the mortifiers on this table has been upgraded to an anchorite. Yeah, this mortifier down here, which means that none of these models have a 3+ armor save, which means those graph cannons will only be shooting them for a single damage, and going into that 5+ damage ignore roll. It's a very annoying profile to remove. That said, I think if there's a model that's good at doing it, it's going to be this Relic Contemptor Dreadnought, shooting a billion shots with low AP, winning on 3s.
Then I'll put the cherub, wherever they are, they're dead. Shoot the multi-motor again to him. 2 shots. 2 shots. And 2s, real 1s.
Real quick, did we not place the sergeant for this Devastator squad?
I'm pretty sure he's placed. Oh, no, he's not. That's my apologies. Because they were lit up, he's going to be here. Doesn't change.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
He fits there. Yeah. That's my apologies. Freeze to wound. Freeze to wound. Only 1, so only D6.
Damage.
1. That's fine. Cool. This Contemptor's gonna fire everything downfield. I'll shoot the T5S missiles first. 2s, real 1s. Real 1s. This is a real 1. This is. And then 3s, real 1s. 1 AP free.
I don't have a save.
Oop, D6 damage. Target protocol reroll. Only 1.
Take
Takes
it.
it. 16 shots. 2s, real 1s. Real 1s. And then 2s, real 1s. So that 1 extra shot. Cool. And then 3s, real 1s. Real 1s. 1 free. 1 reroll. So you have 4 mortal wounds and this many saves at AP1.
Yep, 5s. And then complicated shit. So first one has two wounds left.
To run through
Survives.
all of these individual penitent engines, eating
pull
5+
those
damage
sixes off,
ignore
please.
rolls.
Like, so I can easily delete stuff.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Survives with 2.
Oh my
Survives
gosh.
with 1.
These damage ignore rolls.
Dies. And then the last one survives with 1.
Survives. Look at that.
Nice.
So
And they don't
inefficient to
explode
remove
themselves, do
them.
Very nice.
They don't explode at all.
Get wrecked.
That's pretty cool. Soldier's gonna shoot here, and one guy's gonna shoot there, and I think the other one can see question mark. No, he just looks like his friends are blocking him.
I don't think he can see jack shit.
Yeah, so he's gonna shoot over here. So 2 are gonna shoot here, and the one guy's gonna shoot there. So I'll shoot the one guy.
See if we can remove that with that mortis round.
First. That's 1 shot. Get out of here. 2s. Hits. And 4s.
It's gonna be 2s because of that
1
super
wound,
doctrine.
83, 2 damage. You got him.
Oh, exactly gets the penitent engine.
And
All
then
right,
the
1 unit
sergeant,
removed.
Yes, it's sergeant. He's on a 2. Wounds on a 5. Sergeant. Nope. And then the normal guy, 2s. And then on a 4. 1 with AP3. 2 damage.
As in, there wasn't extra.
Yeah. Cool. They're gonna move back 6. So. Not being able, not 1 sacrosanct makes me sent. Unavoidable. Cool. That's it for shooting. We're going to go to the charge phase. They're going to charge 4-incher.
Sure. Celestine will Overwatch.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I declared my intent to mount
Yeah,
it,
go
so
for it.
mount
Yeah.
first. Mounted, I get 3 miracle dice for more than dying.
Nice.
Solid miracle dice so far. 5, a 6, and a 1, chat. You can't ask for more better than that.
Yep. And
as a
Overwatch
Sisters player, you have a 1
pistols,
to
so
auto
let's do that
pass
real
the
quick.
Sacrosants if you want, and you have a 5 and 6 for charges or
There's a
saves,
hit,
whatever you
and
need.
number of flamer shots is 5 on 3s. All of those at -2.
Wow.
Cool.
5
And no
saves
cover,
going
so
through
for us.
onto those Vanguard veterans. AP2 from Celestine's Flamer profile. Only 1 wound taken by the Vanguard veterans, though.
1.
We do not lose
Cool.
any.
And then 4-inch shard.
Let's hope
7.
for
I want to say
AshC's
outside of
sake
horror
that
for
the
these.
That's easy.
these Fouchini's Vanguard veterans don't perform quite as well as they did against Sororitas in the semifinals, where only 3 Vanguard veterans was able to rip the heart out of a Sacrosant unit. That said, these Vanguard veterans are absolutely brutal in the fight phase. +1 to hit from Born Heroes because we are playing a successor chapter alongside Whirlwind of Rage for exploding 6s on the charge, and you can use Mercy as weakness on them to additionally explode their wound rolls and 6s as well. So they often average an immense number of wounds with those AP2 claws. Yep, there it is.
And one of them. And then 1 change sword. 2 6s explode. Okay.
9
Yep,
6s?
that's the Fouch dice, I know.
Oh my god.
3 6s explode.
Well, the wound rolls were
Black
terrible,
guy
but
doesn't
good
get
thing we
reroll
did
every
time. See anything that's going on.
reroll.
Oh, Trevor, can you see?
I can't see any dice.
Yes, I can see.
Oh, okay, they just spawned in. Yeah, that.
Okay, cool. So these are black is
Oh,
at
I
AP1.
can't see the 6s.
Oh, so it's only 3 6s.
Okay,
Which
as in
explode.
I can't select any dice. That
Oh,
I can't
okay.
select the dice because they're frozen.
No, okay.
Yeah. It to me it looks like you have 1 6. So since this is obviously not true, I think we have to wait.
No,
a
it's,
bit.
it's I have 3 6s.
Maybe some TTS problems happening here,
Looks
chat.
like lag issues.
There's a casual
Oh, there
30
we go.
saves out of that unit.
All right.
9 6s. There's not much you can do about that.
So these are 4 up. Wait, is this enough? No, I'm missing dice. Can somebody pick them up and move them around?
So no, because you have 2 dice or AP1.
No, I think can you pick them up? I'm missing at least 1 die. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. It appeared.
Right.
All right. So pause. Did
So
it?
that will remove Celestine and
I
go
will
for the
consolidate.
respawn. Ooh.
Slightly further forward.
There's a universe in which those Vanguard veteran wound rolls don't convert as highly and don't explode quite as many attacks. Also, 9 6s to hit. Like what can you do, right?
Yes.
She does.
Nice. And I
That was 30
one
wounds,
of my
yep.
Octariuses. I've killed Morven, which is 1 point.
And Celestine respawns. So
You get 5 points for bring it down. 5 points.
Yep.
not the end of the world for Ash, but way more damage than she was expecting to take.
I'll take a 1.
No.
Cool.
Oh boy.
It's my turn.
Miracle is a 1. So I regenerate that 1. Very good.
So Ash
Okay,
now
command phase.
retaining the 1,
Reach
getting a
up.
miracle at the start of the turn. And she spent the 1 to auto-pass the Sacrosanct unit, so they won't be running away, and we are back to Ash's turn. Big losses on Ash's part. I think she might have been hoping that Celestine could bounce one of these Vanguard units to retain her respawn for later, but, I mean, if you gotta use it, you gotta use it, so it is what it is. But the Iron Hands are committed now. We don't have an opportunity to get a shot on the Redemptors right now, but what we could potentially see is a push up by the Retributors. If we can remove all these Devastators with heavy bolter shooting and potentially a Retributor shot, we could see them move up to behind this area, be relatively safe. Oh, we're just going to move up here. Okay, just kidding.
You can shoot one of my drones with no one actually, because I stayed far back enough.
What?
Yeah, even with a
It's
7.
not close?
No, it's not close.
All right.
Boom.
What the hell? Pushed up against the wall. Okay. So.
So looking
There we
for... Oh, we just have some weird collider measuring. Yeah, that is very much in range. So using Hand of the Emperor for that +1 advance on these models so they can get shots into the Redemptors. Now, no rerolls from Morvenval here, unfortunately, means that these are kind of the least reliable Retributors that we can have.
Oh, okay.
But
That's why the angle wasn't there.
with Morvenval running out in front there, there's not much else you can do.
Last one might not be able to make it.
Won't be out.
Celestine was respawn chat.
just
Ash rolled a
roll,
6
yeah.
for her respawn roll.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot something else.
And here comes Celestine to try to gank that Relic Contemptor. Maybe trying for the Tech Marine? Alright. I do think we have to remove that Relic Contemptor from shooting. As we saw, it almost single-handedly removed a Penitent engine unit. And those are the models that Ash is going to have to use to push forward.
All right.
We do have they do have the ability to advance and charge. They also have a ton of heavy flamers on them with those Ministorum heavy flamers at strength 6. You can use the stratagem to max the number of shots they have, which, because they each have 2 heavy flamers on them, is an insane number of attacks from the unit.
2 and yeah, that's more than enough. 13. Okay. Crusaders advance. Oh, sorry, Kagano should be. Sorry, Stan should be touching that ruin. Not.
No problem.
Trying to get that smite off. Just realized that that bit of black I thought was the thing was just an objective marker. Part of the objective marker.
I don't think so.
Alright, these penitent engines from squad 1. Let's see. 5 and 3, get them there.
So it looks like what we might be trying to do here, chat, is shoot down the red Devastator squad.
Should be able to get a range of all of them on red. Yep.
Okay. Hopefully charge into blue. And if you can do that, I think you can tuck one of those penitent engines through the doorway there to engage the drop pod.
Charge.
These are flails, so they're not quite as good at killing the drop pod, but with enough attacks, you'll be able to do it next turn.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to eat another one of these big Vanguard charges the coming turn, though, unfortunately.
3.
Here come the Mortifiers as well, so you're going to contribute a bunch of heavy bolter shooting on this flank also.
No.
But I think this is a board state that Ash probably felt like she had to set up, forcing the Devastators out in the open, alongside getting Celestine a prominent position, means that she can potentially deal with a Vanguard squad as well as 2 Devastator squads, and if we see good dice out of these Retributors, we can knock 1 or 2 of the Redemptors down and engage the Contemptor Dreadnought. So outside of the melee profiles, the melee units being held in, quote-unquote reserve, being held back as a countercharge by Fouchini, she's not really going to be taking too much damage on the swing back, especially if she can remove that the Gatling Cannon Redemptor, which is a high volume of shooting. Really good shooting into her profiles.
Shooting, stun, that's a thing. That goes off, d6 damage. 3 mortal wounds.
Ooh.
That kills 2.
Big 3 into the Vanguard veterans from the smite off Ephriel Stern. That's some holy judgment right there, chat.
Celestine is exactly in range of the land speed of Storm, so she'll flamer it.
Yes.
For 3 shots.
Strength 6 of course. Yeah.
Strength 6.
Ash is a good general, but I wouldn't want to be under her orders.
So after
all your jobs are to
Penitent
sacrifice
squad
yourself
1
for
is
the
going to
greater
put
good.
all its flamer shots into red squad.
Okay, here comes the heavy flamers.
I don't know.
That's fair. that's fair. Yeah, I'll spend 1 CP. It's 26. I'm not spending anything. It's fine.
Alright, so you're spending CP on them.
I'm not spending any CP. I think.
14.
AP1.
AP1.
No, what sergeant won't sergeant get cover?
These 2 won't get cover.
Which 2?
These 2.
These 2. Yeah, okay, I'll do 2 at a time then. To me, and it's AP1, AP2.
AP1.
AP1. Cool. So I can do 4 at a time.
All right, Devastators. How many 3+ armor saves can you roll? Not a lot of them.
I'll need to sergeant 3 up. 3 up. 3 up. Sergeant's down to 1. Yeah.
Oh boy. That initial roll was bad. All
Okay,
right,
Sergeant's
so we
dead.
do lose the 2 models
So 2 guys
in
in cover, didn't you? So
cover,
2 guys in cover.
but that's
just
all from the
him and him.
Flamers.
Didn't you put Field No Pain on them, you said?
No, I didn't put anything on him. So no C4 was subtracted.
Alright. There's multiplier shooting there.
This is what I spent if you're not good.
So saving the reject the flesh, embrace the machine for the heavy bolter shot, trying to
Your 3 up.
make those. Oh wow!
No,
Trying to make those 2
happened.
damage
this is way
attacks a
better.
little bit
Alright.
less effective. See if those 5 up damage ignores
Yeah,
help. They do. 1 Vanguard veteran lives.
Cool. Got it back to someone.
Okay. All the multi-melters are going into this dread.
All right, here comes the retributor shot.
Except
Chat.
the one that can't. That one will be going into red squad.
This is a big shot. If we roll big here, Ash
And
could potentially
the gun will go into red squad.
knock one or even both of these Redemptors down with those Amorium Cherub activations.
Alright, so 3s with Argent Shroud reroll. And 3s.
Damage.
That should punch straight through.
Yeah, punch straight through.
All right, the hit roll's a little scary, but we got 4 wound rolls through.
Can't do that.
Okay,
5
good
damage.
start. Oh my god.
12.
July.
There's
Last
one
one's
more
good.
coming in. So
Yes,
it's
the last one goes in.
Yeah. Wow. Huge damage
no-
rolls from the Retributor squad removes that
Alright,
Redemptor
and
Dreadnought.
Multi-meltas into his grid squad.
And we potentially have 2 Armorium
Okay.
Cherub shots going into the other Redemptor as
One
well.
wound.
Just go straight through for damage.
So is he within 12? Should be. Yeah, they're all within 12. But one dies.
These things.
And there was one uninjured, right? Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah. There were none injured, right?
There was one injured.
Oh,
But he's dead.
damn it. I should have shot the bolt gun first.
2 wounds.
I thought you
Yes.
made the save.
Yeah, you did. So we'll wound the grab guy.
Okay. Pop both cherubs, shoot at the Redemptor. CP one of those.
These CP hit if it's a pass roll.
Yeah, you can CP a hit fast roll or a wound fast roll.
Okay.
Be a damage or a save. Nothing.
All right. Well, the dice fail us on the Armorium Cherub shots. Only 1 Redemptor getting removed here.
Yeah.
We could have seen both of them, but it was not to be. That was asking for a little bit much there. But that, I mean, you have to have
miracle.
your butt entirely clenched on Fouchini's side of the
6.
table. If he loses both Redemptors there, that
All right.
is a very difficult position to get back from,
Sacrosanct
especially
is
because
gonna
they're the
charge
2 of the
blue
last
squad.
targets. So charging
Are you
blue
gonna
squad to
Overwatch?
try to deny the Overwatches here.
No, thanks.
Big double ones won't do it though.
CP that.
CP rerolling this charge.
7
Okay.
plus 1.
So
Make
8. Yeah, she's fine with 8.
As we established. Then this Penitent Engine Squad is gonna charge.
That's a range shot.
What?
Why do you keep messing?
It's measuring from the exact middle. Charging to blue.
Yeah. Yes, go for it.
Boom. Makes the
Okay,
charge
so
with the Penitent Engines. Alright, no reroll required. That early reroll is a little bit awkward because it makes all of these charges a little bit dicier.
Five. Stun into the Vanguard Vets.
Hey, nice.
Gee, hell, that makes it.
She was excited.
And then the pensions into the Vanguard. That's just need a 4.
We can fight.
Don't overdo it here, Penitent Engines. Keeping us on our toes with only a 5-inch charge needing a 4. Now, what do we have in the Miracle Pool? We do have a 5 and a 6. So we could auto pass the charge with Celestine.
Redemptor. I was just hoping to bracket it at least.
Yeah.
And then Celestine is going to charge your... Can Company Veterans heroic?
No, they cannot. Unfortunately.
Okay. I hate stupid. I'm gonna take a 12 here.
So Ash may be looking for ways to get this charge without having to eat the Overwatch from the Relic Contemptor.
No, so if I go there, I can tag them through the wall, right?
Yeah, you can tag them for the
Okay, so if I land here, I can tag both. Yeah, sure. Company Vets, Lieutenant, just Company Vets and Lieutenant.
Yep.
Take any 11, becomes a 12.
And you can make it. Yeah, I think so.
Very nice. So
That's
Celestine
what
gets in to try to remove that Lieutenant,
No,
get rid of that OBSEC aura.
Oh, 12. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're fine.
And if she can remove the company veterans as
And
well,
heroics.
suddenly the bodyguard for that Relic Contemptor is removed.
No.
Okay, I will take the time back then. Fight phase. Right. It's kind of. Don't think you want to interrupt anywhere, honestly.
Seems to me like we may just start
here.
trying to remove these Vanguard veterans. Yeah.
Okay.
Celestine coming in with a 2+ armor save and not really great melee weapons to speak of over here. Just chainswords on the veterans. They do have 2 chainswords apiece, so the sergeant swinging 6 times and the other company veteran swinging 5 times is pretty good. But is it enough to get through a 2+ armor save? Probably not.
4s, re-rolling, because he's a penitent. And on 2s. Did it.
Not much.
And there goes the penitent
because,
engines.
Again, you roll like a... Sorry.
Like a crazy person.
You want to interrupt?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Getting that big 5-inch consolidate with their endless suffering ability.
I love that 5-inch consolidate paladin.
Once you play with extended
well,
pylon consolidates, chat, it's like a drug, I swear.
Makes sense.
48 attacks into your red squad or blue squad or whatever color squad I charged.
Yeah, blue squad.
Thank you. Rerolls. -2.
5 ups. Dead.
Goodbye.
Yeah, very dead.
Devastators. And we're just gonna stick our little toe right through that window to touch the drop pod.
This one is gonna move up and take your dreads. Yes, I do want to pull. Wait. Yeah, I want to pull the eliminators, but not the infiltrator.
Cool, makes sense.
Or rather, that one eliminator, whatever.
Yeah, fine.
Pull you back so you're not floating through the wall. You're within 2, and then this one will
might
move
have
up
to
and
fix
base
this one a little bit because it's a little bit through the wall. Just back about a quarter inch. Yeah, there you go.
It's very hard to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They are fat.
If you're playing top-down, chat, these walls get a little nebulous for sure.
Okay. Like, sending Kagune will move up. Actually, no, they'll stay over on this side and just move sideways laterally to hide because your Vanguard vets are nearer, so they can just do that. Like,
I like hiding.
Yeah, they'll do something like this. And then we have Celestine, who is gonna put all her attacks in Tenant.
Cool. I'll spend 2 CP, 1 for Phil Norpe and 1 for Transhuman.
Alright.
So trying as hard as we can to keep that.
That's 6 mortal wounds.
Oh no!
And that punches straight through, so that's 8 damage.
Yep.
And I will CP that 1 wound. Because I really.
You fast. Oh, cool.
No, you can fast roll wounds again.
Yeah, then cool. This minute.
Oh,
a lot of damage.
10 damage on the damage ignore roll. That will not save him. Whoa!
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Just a bunch of 6s. We're getting some Fouchini dice on Ash's side of the table here. The dice box swings both ways. And gonna keep Celestine out of line of sight.
No comment. I hit you back, right?
What?
I hit you back, right? So just the company vets.
Yeah, your company vets can fight back.
Cool. So then attacks. Freeze, 6 explode.
Here comes the company veterans.
And then freeze.
Keeping those 2s because of the exploding 6s, chat, just so we're on the same page. I don't want to see a comment on YouTube about that later, okay, chat?
Take 3 ups. Okay.
Celestine eats 1 from the company veterans. Oh my god. All right, chat.
Another fight going on, couple of fights going on here.
Serious game on our hands right now.
So you didn't declare these guys as charge. So
the Ash giving up Morvenval in the trade. She knew that Fouchi would essentially have to drop his drop pod, and he would want to put the drop pod on Objective 3, not only to contest Objective 3 and add some additional beef there, but also because he needed to get the lines of sight onto the Sacrosants here. So dropping that drop pod down, but in a position where the Penitent engines could then engage them and use that drop pod to leapfrog off of on the Shrine objective. Now, obviously, Ash will not hold the Shrine objective yet because the Infiltrators are towing it with that objective secured. But she has pushed in, and I don't know why it keeps ending the game prematurely, chat. We're in Battle Round 2 right now. I think it must check phase changes.
The other way? 3 inches.
I'll put it in the see what you think.
But Ash now has a relatively safe position to sit on Objective 3 so that she can continue to fight in. She is a little bit light on this flank, so if this Vanguard Veteran Squad commits this coming turn and overperforms like we saw the other Vanguard Veteran Squad do last turn, it could be difficult for Ash to retake this objective. Now,
just because I needed a lot of Miracle Dice really fast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ash also mentioning she just wanted to generate Miracle Dice off Morven's death. You hear that, Supreme Commander of the Adeptus Sororitas? That's all you're good for, is generating some Miracle Dice. I guess, in what other way could what better way could a Sororitas commander support her army than giving them free dice, you know? But Ash now also representing a significant sort of a threat overload. She has the Retributors in the center, this unit of Penitent engines, and or Penitent engines on each side, excuse me, and the Mortifiers hanging out in the back, as well as Celestine on Objective 1 in Fouchini's deployment zone. And Fouchini only has really, he has the melee to deal with this stuff to some extent, but he doesn't have the ranged attacks to do it with that the third Dreadnought being removed, the Daka Redemptor Dreadnought. So in order to deal with Celestine's second life here, he may have to turn around the Relic Contemptor to try to kill her, which is not a sure thing because it literally may just fail. It is AP1 thanks to Methodical Destruction, so that's good. That makes things a little bit easier, and obviously you could do a bunch of mortal wounds with those Volkite weapons, but
That would be a flinch charge.
you know, anything can happen with that 4+ invulnerable save and the weirdness of Miracle Dice. But then this Redemptor Dreadnought,
Exactly.
you know, probably has to commit its shooting to remove the Retributors. You cannot allow a Retributor squad a second activation into the Redemptor Dreadnought, which means there's very little here that's going to deal with these Penitent Engines. We're hoping that the Vanguard Veterans can deal significant damage to them. But again, it's that awkward profile. They're going to be saving on 6s, and they're going to be ignoring that damage on 5s, which means they ignore, you know, almost 35% of the attacks that you put into them. So Vanguard Veterans moving into the center here. That will give them a little bit of mutability in what they charge. They have a lot of options now. If we don't remove the Retributors, we could potentially turn around and clear them out.
Oh, I'm outside of an inch and unfettable. Just so I don't forget, these Vanguard bits
You're outside what?
outside of an inch of these dudes.
I mean, yeah, you can't be in an inch of them.
Yeah, I know. Just for myself. Just so I don't forget, these guys will come here and scramble this side.
Okay. Sure.
Here comes the Assault Marines chant. The heroic Assault Marine Squad.
I'll put them at the end.
This one and this one.
Yeah, I've done those two flanks. Yes. So he's not bracketed, so he can move 8. There. Can't fail the charge. That's nice. That is nice. That's nice. Over here, the nice be a storm. Go down. Second Marine is gonna come in.
Chat, yeah, there is a Battle Sisters squad on the objective back here.
Maybe 3. These guys are just gonna move back 6 inches.
Yeah, you like that zoom, chat? You can take a look at some eliminators too. Ooh, very exciting.
I wish Inviolate Field Wall worked exactly like how they had described it on Warcom.
What strat is that?
The -1 to be wounded on the Sacrosancts. Yes, I wish it worked in the shooting phase like they said it did in Warcom.
Well, we don't listen to walk around. We go for this nonsense.
Yeah, he was tagged. Remember.
It'd be 1.1. 1.1. These guys will be so that you can't pile in, hit them. Oh, you can't fit through that anyways, so it doesn't matter. You can't pile in through this, correct?
Yep.
Cool, so you're stuck there. And your base will be here. Got 3 guys on the objective. No one else is charging you. So this guy might as well pull back as well. Let's copy that. Well, let's make it 8 inches here. Sideways, force, moving free.
So while Fouchini completes his movement phase, chat, I want to hear from you guys. How do we feel about this game state so far? It's been an incredible back and forth between these two players. Both armies trading these huge haymakers. Ash giving up a lot of units for in exchange for board control, but Fouchini with these MSU style Marines with his most powerful shooting units remaining alive, still with the ability to clear out what he a bunch of these engines of redemption. I want to mention as well, predictions from the chat, 63% in favor of Ash. Although more individual contributors in favor of Fouchini, so Fouchini got a lot of fan favorites out there.
Okay. Three of him. He's going to stay within 6 of Contemptor. Boop. Okay. And that's going to be movement. These guys up here. Octarius. And I'm down to 1 CP. So I don't watch Octarius. Cool. Gonna go into start of shooting. Gonna put he's going to stay in there. Yeah, I'm gonna give her the target protocols to the Contemptor.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you also had. It's at 6, right? Not 3.
Yeah, it's not free. Nope.
Your hitbox is just weird.
Yeah, the hitboxes are bad. But anyways, I declared it anyways.
Yeah.
We could just waste movement. Cool. So we're gonna unleash with Dread first. Everything to Celestine. He might as well overcharge his plasma.
So we were actually firing
Overcharge plasma. How many
the
shots?
Redemptor into
Good
Celestine.
stuff. We'll take one. Good
Maybe
stuff.
angling to let these
Yeah.
penitent engines just beat on the
Right,
drop
that's
pod
fine.
for a while.
And then all the other shots have the same AP and we're doing the same thing, so I'll put them together if you don't mind.
Sure.
Freeze.
Wait, they're the same AP?
freeze. Yeah, this is
Oh yeah,
tactical.
right, because it's tactical doctrine.
Oh no. That was a terrible roll out of the
Maybe
small
one.
arms from this Redemptor Dreadnought. Only 1 damage. We have to kill her with the plasma?
Shoot this back eliminator squad here.
Oh no, we
into
flubbed.
Anchorite.
Uh-oh.
So Sergeant hits on a 2.
Ruh-roh chat.
It's an assault weapon, and then wins on a 5. Nope. And then 2 shots wins on hits on freeze. More hit,
Trying to
wins
get
on
rid of
fours.
this lone
One win on the
mortifier in the
Anchorite,
back here.
AP2. Or
6 up, 5 up, saved.
hopefully they're gonna move it and just like over here. We'll shoot everything from this contemptor into these penitent engines.
Sure.
All right. Here comes the big shot. We have all the money, all of the buffs stacked on this guy. He will not be rerolling his ones to
I'll spend
wound,
1 CP for Maxi's weakness.
but we are going to mercy his weakness in. So rerolling, or 2s to
Cool.
hit, rerolling
So
ones
let's do the Krakens first.
with explosions into
on 2s,
3s to
rerolling
wound with
ones.
explosions.
1 additional shot.
Oh,
3 hits.
3 hits from the
freeze.
2 crack missile shots, thanks to that
Freeze.
merciless logic.
1 target protocol wound reroll that I'll use now.
Ooh,
Only 1.
and the rune
AP
reroll
free.
flubs.
Because Devastator.
Damage.
6. For 3 damage, I will target protocols for 4.
Take 4.
16 shots. 2 0-1s. 0-1s. 3 additional shots. Cool.
19 hits. Very
Use the wound
good.
reroll. That's 2 additional wounds for Merciless Weakness.
Into
And
14
then
wounds
two
with 2
more
immortals floating.
So this many if you want.
5 ups.
And good saves on Ash's part.
And then we slow these. Dies. Dies. Survives with 3. Survives with
1.
1 remaining. Wait, why are there? There's an extra. Whatever.
No, it's not an extra.
Oh no! Oh, no, I don't know. There were, like I've been rolling these in twos.
Because you rolled a 6. No, but all the ones were there, so it's not an extra.
Yeah. So
Fully operational. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate the
Fine.
support. Hope you're enjoying the finals game.
No, the
So
thing
far?
is that these are in pairs, so there is no way that I think I copy. I don't know what I copied. Let's do a
I
quick
mean,
count.
sure.
Let's do a quick count. That's the easiest way. This is 25. Yeah, the 26. Alright. So one more field of pain.
Kills
That one
him.
dies. And then 2 mortal wounds.
Mhm.
Takes 2.
Nice. Cool. He's going to shoot into the penitent engine.
Sure.
All right. Well,
He
good
is
performance out of
Water
this Relic Contemptor. Like we mentioned,
hit.
it is
Water.
inconsistent to remove these
2 wounds at 8.
Penitent Engine profiles, but if anybody can do it, it is that Relic Contemptor with those mass strength 6 2 damage shooting.
Cool. This guy's gonna go for a crack grenade.
See,
Free.
trying
It's on free.
as hard
Yes,
as we
wounds on
can to
free.
try to remove this last
On the
model.
main DP1. D3.
Do I want to CP this?
D2.
B3. Yeah, I'll CP it. Why not?
Mhm. Really
Saved.
fun. Nice.
Value CP. Okay.
Mhm. There we go. Drop pod is going to shoot into the sacrosanct because I'm guessing you tagged me.
Stack.
Yeah. Cool. So 4
Yeah.
shots into the
Oh yeah, it
sacrosanct.
does have line of sight because I have to touch the wall.
Hit on freeze. And winning on freeze. 1 at AP1.
2 up.
Yep. These guys are not going to follow me. It's going to be it for shooting. We're going to go to charge phase. These guys are going to charge with the retributors in the
Alright.
strats.
Thinking about Overwatch, honestly. You know what? Sure, I went Overwatch here.
So we are overwatching. No 6s in the pool, so we can't auto hit with any of these multi-melta attacks.
Crack from the Superior.
Oh my
Oh
days.
man, Jet! 5 hits with the multi-meltas.
Give me 1 second to check something about Argent Shroud. Selected to shoot or fight. Yep, I'll take it. No, I won't take an Argent Shroud reroll. I'll keep that for the wound.
So if it's a selected to shoot ability,
Yep.
then it does not trigger on
Oh.
Overwatch.
Okay, so force
I just
it.
have 4 up in bugs.
You only
4 up in
select
bugs.
units to shoot
So
during
we
the
did.
Dragon's chat.
And then
Oh my
crack. Misses.
Emperor chat.
That was insane.
3 Vanguard
Hey.
veterans killed in
Oh,
Overwatch.
now you know what it's like.
The Fouchini, the
Sticks.
Fouchi dice are betraying him today. Oh my god,
That's all
Cool.
I can say, Fooch. Now you know what it's like.
that was
Dread's gonna charge
wild.
first.
Sure.
I mean, these Vanguard veterans probably
Fail.
still pick up the Retributors,
Fail.
but Fouch here, I mean, you have to imagine, was planning on having a full unit of Vanguard veterans alive in the center of
I'm
the
gonna charge
table
these guys
to
into-
commit in next turn, and he doesn't anymore. They just got roasted. That's huge.
It's an easier charge. The thing's charged.
Oh my god. The
How many
awkward
attacks
part
is that?
now is,
Which one?
you know, these Vanguard veterans, you know, might remove the Retributors, but if Ash can get any additional damage into them, or they spike a little bit low on their attacks, like they may not, for example, kill the sisters in the back here if they try to commit into them in the future.
Yes, we're not going like that. We're just gonna charge.
Just the value of this unit plummeted right there.
Crusaders.
Oh man.
I think I want to charge these guys because they're much something you need. Cool. They make it on 8. Nice. Say outside of heroic, and then we pile into the objective.
So sending the Vanguard veterans into the Crusaders.
Outside of heroic.
We're gonna, now that the penitent engines have been laid low, we're gonna be able to contest this objective
It's hard to measure. You're gonna have
with the Vanguard veteran pile
I
in.
never use batch measure.
I mean, it's the person who's doing that. It's a bit annoying. Stages on combat. Cool. Then we're going to activate with the Dread. It's going to base Celestine. He's going to go. He's going to swing. Have 5 attacks. Nice.
So, what we could potentially see here is an interrupt
Technically, might as well charge
from the
Celestine as well,
Crusaders
because
to try to
they're
pin
fighting
the
charges.
Vanguard veterans, but I have a sneaking suspicion the Crusaders will probably die anyway.
He's going to charge him. Makes sense. 6. Dread's going to fight. Celestine first. You have 1 auto pass. 5 attacks. 2s, 6s explode. Cool. 6 hits. 2s.
Whirlwind of Rage coming in
so
clutch. 4 wounds on Celestine. We do have some Miracle Dice available. Gotta save. Gotta save. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Then I will take a 5 and pass the last
And
one.
Celestine survives. The Tech
Would
Marine
you like to interrupt?
has a decent melee profile, but a lot of his damage comes out of that his power axe attacks, which are 2 damage, which Celestine will blunt down to 1. So it is highly unlikely the Tech Marine kills her now, and Celestine will continue to cleave through the back of this Space Marine army.
2 more to 1.
Die, scum!
And
Thanks, dudes. The clutch
you know what?
soundboard.
I'm not using the CP. No, I'm not using the CP for anything. So.
Cool.
Damage -4.
Yep. He's dead.
And Celestine interrupts and removes the Tech Marine's head.
And
oh, no.
I get to swing.
Chance.
I'll swing with the 2 Vanguard vets. No, I'll do these guys over here. So I get base you, so I'll have the objective. I want to put. Okay. I'll put 3. So 3 on the objective currently. I'm gonna swing 26 attacks.
So the big swings out of these Chainsword Vanguard veterans should pick up these Crusaders, no problem.
Hitting on 2, 6 explode.
Wow, good thing we Born Heroes that dice roll chat. Oh my god.
Winning on
Look
3.
at all those tears we would have missed
AP
if they
1,
weren't
so for us.
cosplaying as Space Wolves.
Nice.
Removes the Crusaders, and the Vanguard veterans will take
Take the
control of that
away.
center objective, dropping Ash down to another 5-point primary turn. The
Outside
Relic
reach.
Contemptor is still hanging out back here, chat. Yep, being
Then we're gonna
lookout
go
served by the
Beastie.
Redemptor Dreadnought.
Then base use, I'll pile in.
So no Mercy as weakness available for these guys.
So close to them. And close to here.
Oh, and we're towing
Not
the
touching the
wall
thing.
here. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So 9 attacks. This is a heavy cover. Nope.
There's no more heavy cover on any of Trevi's maps.
2, 6 explode. 3's rerolling. 8 saves.
Big 8
Alright.
through with the Lightning
So
Claws.
I used my miracle already. I have no CP, so
Kills them.
We
Yeah,
got
Alright.
it.
okay, exactly.
That could have been bad,
Just saying,
chat.
if it's one head div, that would have been nice.
Yeah. Then we're gonna consolidate closer back here because they're the closest. Gonna be there. And then, I believe, if I'm not wrong, you get first activation here.
Yep. So penitence. 1 into your Devastator, the rest into your drop pod.
Mhm.
So there's still War Hymn, so that's 36 into your drop pod.
Mhm.
No rerolls.
Mhm.
6.
AP2, I take 4. Down to 4.
So Drop Pod does stick
and then
around,
into the
unless the Sacrosanct can kill it, but I don't think she has enough attacks.
Hey.
Now, the Penitent engines don't have access to fallback and do anything because the
So,
fallback and attack
That's
strat
one other
for
removal.
Sisters
that was
does
nice.
require you to be core,
so
so the engines will not be able to do it. So they're just going to spend the next turn either standing around or
your infiltrators. Okay.
punching
Yeah,
his Drop Pod.
both
Looks like
fine.
we might get 1 in on the Infiltrators next turn.
then
So
you
your drop pod is touching the ruin, right? Because you
Yeah, you can tag it. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
tagged.
So it looks like
That's what
we,
you're asking.
yeah. So we're gonna tow into the
Yeah, it
ruin
is.
with all the penitent engines
Strut
Yeah,
two.
it is.
and try to shoot
Yeah,
it to
this one.
death.
So
And
that's
my
gonna be
sacrosanct.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Two bonks. One hit. One wound.
Yeah, stream 6, 83. I take it down left.
Yep.
Great.
Sacrosanct's helping.
And I think that's it, right?
She's cheerleading for the team.
That's it. Yeah. So end of my turn, I get close the town. What I get is another free. Oh no, you only need a ship. That's all. So what was it? Penitent.
Oh,
It's
fine.
Cool. So I get another 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it down. And obviously,
Okay. Do I run away from combat with Celestine? Yeah, I'll decide that later. So he'll just cast or him, goes off on himself, and then the other thing, the smite, goes off, targets the drop pod takes D3, drop pod takes 2 mortal wounds.
Okay,
Oh.
so the hymn for mortals will drop
These guys went
that
within
pod
12,
down
right?
to
No,
1.
right.
So the chances that it dies to the Flamer attacks is
So
pretty good. And that should allow the penitent engines to get around the side here with a big charge and get into the infiltrators, especially since they have that 5-inch pile and consolidate.
this guy can draw a bead. Yep.
Mhm.
The others cannot. Tech Marine is dead. This guy. Pretty hefty charge. Can we put 1 inch on that guy?
how much guys left?
The guy next to this one.
That is 1 inch. Yes. That's
Alright, so that's a 19-inch movement. Alright. Good to know. Let's see. No. Tap you back in a bit more. Yeah, it won't make a difference. You can move 8 inches straight back. Now you're gonna lose 0.7. I can still see those eliminators. Okay. This preacher gonna take 6 inches and go stand on that thing. Right. Penitent engine will advance.
Mm-hmm.
Going +4, so that's 12.
So looking for that charge around the corner here into the company veterans.
Play or the safe play. Oh yeah, sorry, I need to roll 1 miracle for the start of my auto battle round.
Yeah.
Now that both of the
3.
marine characters on objective 1 are removed, if that penitent engine can make that charge, even if Celestine and the engine don't remove the retributor, or the redemptor, excuse me, they will be contesting that objective. And that will begin to remove Fouchini's hold on primary.
This is a 7-inch charge.
Now we do, I believe, have scouts embarked into the land speeder storm, so we have a little bit of extra infantry hiding in the back. We also have eliminators in the back here that
7 point.
Fouchini can use to, assuming that none of them get engaged, to pull back and begin retrieving
7.9.
Octaria's data in this corner, and potentially guerrilla tacticsing one of the units off the table once it moves away from the penitent engines
If I need to retreat 5 inches.
to
Okay.
shunt it into the back corner deployment zone to try to max that retrieve Octaria's data.
I will spend 1 CP. And
Boom.
Celestine fucks off.
Bye, Celestine.
She will be back next phase. Shooting phase. Start of shooting phase done.
Well, goodbye, Celestine. Just kidding. I guess we will not be contesting that objective.
They take 2 mortal ones, 1 dice.
On this, you scored
We have a 3 and a 1
That
in the
squad.
mirror
There
pool
is visible,
chat.
so has to be that squad.
So yeah, should kill him up in sight. Yep.
Yep, Sacrosanct will shoot the drop pod. Misses. Alright, the
Flame.
flammers all
Flamies.
into the drop pod. Wait, no, I don't need to put them all into the drop pod. I can split fire because this is their vehicles.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 of them will shoot the drop pod. Hold on, no, then I'm not going to shoot those yet. These are shooting the eliminators. This guy is shooting the eliminators first. The
That's right.
Yeah, so for clarity,
yeah,
chat,
right.
that's using
Yeah.
Angelic Ascent to put Celestine back in Deep Strike. She just comes back in next turn or is
3
destroyed.
saves. You do not get cover.
Yep.
Kills 2.
Boom.
The-
If it wasn't obvious, I will go into assault option. There's no reason to stay
You will what?
tactical. I will go into assault option just because there's no reason to stay tactical. I don't know if I have to declare it now or in my turn.
yeah,
but
you declare now.
yeah, it's opportunity.
These mortifiers. Do I want to shoot you? Kind of. I don't know. I'll decide that later. Preacher into these Vanguard vets. D6 shots. 2 shots. 1 save.
AP?
AP once.
No.
So it doesn't matter. Alright. Then. Okay, 3 heavy flamers into the drop pod. This one will shoot its other heavy flamer into the eliminator. The other 2 will put everything into the infiltrators.
Cool.
Thing. Wait, no.
No,
This
not
one
no.
will this one will put everything into this one. This one will put into the eliminator. So that's 2, 3, 2, 1.
Cool.
Actually, scratch that. This one will be 1, and this one will be 2. Okay.
Cool.
So into the drop pod, 4d6 shots.
3d6, you put 3, right?
Oh, 3d6 shots, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Uh,
that's a huge shot into the drop pod.
that's strength 4. Sorry, strength 6. So yeah,
If you want,
corpse.
it's dead.
Dies,
Does it
does
go
it glow?
boom? Yeah,
So drop pod will go down and free up those
No.
penitent engines for
Bye.
a charge.
Drop pod.
So we
You have
should see
3.
them pick up the infiltrators and
So that's a 3 down. 2
Start
into the
securing that shrine.
eliminators. Oh, that solo eliminator, which is
burnt on
7.
CP for both players, so no defensive stratagems available to the Iron Hands.
5 saves. Minus 1.
He did.
Dead. Very dead.
This is into the back one or this is
The back one.
Yeah.
To the
okay.
front one.
Mhm.
7 again. 4 saves.
Nice. Hey, he takes 1. You're alive.
And then the one into the 2 shots.
Mhm.
1 wound into the infiltrators.
I'm fine.
Okay. Now I need to decide whether or not I want to shoot these Marines. No, I don't really.
7 inch. Yeah.
Charges.
Get a miracle test. Not kidding.
So the big
Oh.
question here, I think, becomes whether or
didn't kill
not
anything.
Ash is able to
You could drop
make
it.
Penitents don't generate miracles.
Oh,
this
never mind.
charge
Okay.
or
Right.
I'll
make
Incorrect, gonna
enough
charge the
get enough attacks
assault
onto the
squad.
infiltrators to remove them. If she does, I think she's in a very good position
My love.
in this game.
Other set will charge the.
But if they survive and continue to contest that defend the
So-
shrine, she's going to be
that's-
so far behind on primary objectives or
Oh,
secondary
it's-
objectives.
yeah,
Excuse me.
Need a 7.
Yeah, he is.
Preacher into the 1 Vanguard vet.
Yes. Let's rock and roll.
These penitents into your infiltrators. 5.
Careful coherency.
Yeah, I know. So let's just pretend these guys don't exist for now because they're not gonna have an issue. 2.
So the
2
awkward
and
part here is
1,
this Sacrosanct blocking the movement of this last penitent engine.
5.
We might have to do a big string out here, which will limit the number of attacks onto the infiltrators. The penitent engines do double their attacks with the flails,
5.
but we're only going to be swinging 16 attacks into the infiltrator's
That's
decent
fine.
defensive profile if she's only able to get 2 engines on into melee.
1.5. 2. And then this one can just go here.
Just careful coherency.
Losing so much real estate.
Sure, whatever. This one has a 5-inch pylon, it's a concern.
There you go.
So I'll just stay at about 1 inch out.
So with the 5-inch pylon, we may be able to get the third
Alright, and
one
then this
in.
pen engine is going to charge your company vets.
Buy company vets.
Can we see a decently big charge here? 9-inch
9.
charge will get into the company veterans too. Oh no. The bodyguard for the Relic and Scepter being removed.
Okay, into your company vets. Let's start there. Rolling.
All hits against the company vets.
Did it.
3 wounds with that big AP4 Buzzblade. 2 damage to remove
Not
them.
touching the Redemptor.
Yep. That's the two. These penitents next.
Yep. So I need this one to finish. Oh wait, sorry, the Sacrosanct. Damn it. I'm supposed to charge the infiltrator. You care or you don't care?
It's fine for a second. Yes.
Alright, Sacrosanct charging. Just the infiltrators. 7. Right.
Mhm.
You're just supposed to hop over the wall and. Alright. So this one goes
Some
up
good
here.
sportsmanship between the
Pretend the
players there.
5 and 2 gets me there, and definitely closer. This one will be
So we
here.
will get 3 penitent engines into
I
melee.
think just one.
So this
Yep,
is
I know.
gonna
This one is 5 point something away.
be a little bit
It will let me
tough
pick it up.
for the infiltrators to
There we go.
survive, assuming that this guy can
2.5 and
make a legal
2.5.
pile in here. Yeah, that should be fine.
And I am 4 point something.
Perfect.
Nice.
Very
Okay,
nice.
So this one I can just tuck this one in, so that's more obviously half than half. 15, 30 attacks.
Nice.
4s.
Yeah, I don't know if we missed the charge in the top objective here,
82.
chat.
Yep.
I think we might have.
Okay. So,
AP2, so that should be the squad. This one will base you.
We do hold the shrine, though, so that's good. Finally getting our defend the shrine.
the anchorite.
Yep.
Which
I just need to finish my balance.
Yeah. I'm just speaking out loud. Ignore me. I'll pronounce it first.
Yeah, I know you're just reminding me, but alright, so it's fine. These will shuffle back a bit, but that's a bit. This one base you rather, and the others will shuffle back. Anchorite, 5 attacks. 3s. Rerolling. And twos. 3 dead.
Well, he has failed.
Wait, no, these have flails, right? Sorry, so I need to roll another 5.
Yeah, no problem.
God damn, I keep forgetting that this one has flails. And threes.
So,
6
6 total.
saves.
AP2, so just 2.
3 dead.
Literally exactly the same for these submarines, whether it was
And
buzz
this
bites or
one will be
flails.
salty.
You can base 2 of them, one of them, but it doesn't matter because you can't really move anywhere.
Yeah, so I don't think we rolled this charge out here,
My
chat,
hit match
between
max,
the Mortifiers and the Vanguard veterans.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I
we're-
completely forgot about this side. Fuck. I even said I was gonna charge it and then god. There's 4 places.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking, is that one for the charges?
No, cause yeah. Oh fuck. I even said I was gonna charge him back with stun. Christ.
Oh no, you still have the picture of this one.
Yeah, no, as in, cause just now I said I was gonna charge back with stun. So pissed off.
Yeah, so it does look like a little bit of a misplay. I mean, it's not a little misplay. It's a very big one, chat. The Mortifiers did not get into did not declare the charge alongside Ephrail Stern into the Vanguard veterans. We could have failed it. I mean, it was probably a 5 to get around the wall there, and both players are burnt on CP at this time. So we don't really have any access to dice fixing. Not to mention the fact that Mortifiers cannot Miracle Die. So it could have been a flubbed charge there, but obviously that would have been a really big deal. That would have denied Fouchini an additional 5 points on primary, and potentially gotten Ash some additional vital ground. The biggest thing, though, I think, is that it would have moved those models outside of range or line of sight of the Relic Contemptor, and now the Relic Contemptor may just pick these Mortifiers up.
Rerolling. Running on 3s. 1 save, -2. He's dead.
Damage.
Preacher
2 damage.
does remove that Vanguard veteran, though. Goodbye.
I'll do 11 attacks, 3, 6, 5 into the anchorite. 11 is this defensive. 3, 6, 9, 5. 4 AP2.
Take 3 and die.
So
I'm so tilted about this.
So the Anchorite goes down.
Cool.
They do have a... the Anchorite could not fight on death there because it had already attacked his face.
What?
No, I'm
No, it just said game over.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
No, as in the.
I don't know why we added
pop-up
6
that
battle
came out.
rounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna put that in. I was gonna say.
No.
Thanks. Thanks,
That's good
Overlay.
then.
Yeah. You should score 5, but I fucked up super hard.
Battle
Please
round
bring
9,
it
chat.
in.
Yeah, we're getting into
That'll
it.
be quite deep. Actually, let me that point now.
So big deal that these Assault Marines also removed that Anchorite.
I'll spend 1 CP
Going to show the internet. Maybe we stop poo-pooing Assault Marines.
on.
We got 4 points to retrieve Octaria's data, and we're gonna go charge some Battle Sisters over here. So with that, the flub on the engage here into Objective 2, we do have an out for Fouchini. I think that puts him in a pretty reasonable position in this game.
Okay.
Like we said, he can turn around and try to pick up the mortifiers with the Relic Contemptor, or start taking shots into Ephrael and Kaiganil if he can get reasonable line of sight into them. We do have to deal with this one remaining Penitent on Objective 1. Although, with the Buzzblades and not the Flails going into the Redemptor, it's probably not going to deal that much damage because of that damage reduction.
But nothing else to do with command pace of movement.
I guess the alternative is potentially the Relic Contemptor starts firing into the Penitents on Objective 3. In the hopes that we can try to remove the objective holders down there. Although I think with 4 Penitents and the Sacrosanct there, I don't think that Fouchini has enough attacks to remove everything over here. And it will be at least another turn before those Penitents are able to engage in and contribute in melee. So Vanguard Veteran sliding back, potentially looking for a back corner retrieve Octarius. Yeah, chat. It should be like 5 miracle dice up on Ash's side for battle round 9. 40k would take even longer if you played out all 9 battle rounds. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just eliminative school. Full work. 6 inches here.
So Chad, how are we feeling about this game now? The shooting base for Fuchi, relatively intact. But Ash is definitely putting the screws to this Iron Hands army. The iron screws in the iron hands. Ugh.
That was a bit of range for him.
So the Landspeeder Storm moving over. We probably might see some sniper rifle attacks out of that thing into Ephrael and Kaiganil. Probably trying to put one more unit on this objective to prevent the cheeky pickup if any of these smaller units get in the back there to contest. Fouchini really running away with primaries right now, able to grab 2 10-point primary turns to Ash's only 5s, although that will start to change. Yeah, Celestine is not dead, chat. She's actually in reserve. We should put her in the reserve thing right there. Yeah, she was removed with Angelic Ascent from the objective in the back here. And we'll be coming back next turn to deal with whatever Fouchini's got up his sleeve. Yeah, she needed a little recovery, chat. She watched the Gemini get killed by Vanguard veterans. She died one time, and then she got punched by a Redemptor Dreadnought and decided to walk it off. So she just needs needs a little breather. You know when you get like hit in the face by something at a sports event, and you're just like, you know what? I gotta sit down for a sec. I gotta cool off. We gotta get the icy sponge on my eyebrow after like 20-ton metal robot sunk me, like pile drove me directly into the ground.
This is a
with its fist.
6-inch charge.
Uniform change, yeah. I got grass stains all over me, chat.
12 there. That's good. And we need to roll a 6 to make the choice.
Yeah, so we're not sure where the Vanguard veterans are going to be going. Looks like we may be angling for objective 4.
So that's what they're going to do. The land speeder is going to come here.
Okay.
Hold the objective.
So putting the land
And
speeder
discuss
to
it
hold
with
objective
disembark.
2, Vanguard veterans and assault marines angling for objective 4. We're going to try to outnumber the
You
mortifiers
can move
over
and then
there.
disembark.
Yes, it's an assault vehicle.
I see.
And they're going to scramble this quarter here.
Okay.
All right. Well, using
Scramble
the
this.
post-move disembark to get scouts into this back objective, and that will give Fouchini 3 table quarters. Yeah. This last table quarter over here is going to be the most awkward one for Octaria's data. Because that Eliminator Sergeant's just chilling over there. I think he might not get that one, actually.
7.
Nothing left in reserve. I don't believe the scouts can outflank themselves.
He's going to move back, so he has line of sight on those penitent engines over there.
Sure.
3, 4. And that's going to be movement. We're going to shooting phase. We are going to shoot this contemptor, everything into these mortifiers.
Okay.
The crack missiles first, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. Now 1 additional shot for the 6, the 2 misses. 2 hits. And 3s. AP 3.
No save.
First one.
So with that methodical
3 damage, I
destruction,
can roll a second one. So 7 damage on the first.
Survives 1.
putting putting 2 cracked missiles into a penitent engine doesn't, or a mortifier, excuse me, doesn't kill
3
it.
additional shots. 3. Yep.
The scouts
then
could get back
freeze.
in the land speeder chat.
Oh, this many and 2 more tools at the end.
I guess we do have another turn
First one
afterwards
takes
to
2.
try to get that last.
AP1, so
Octarius?
it's 5 ups.
But there's a non-zero chance
First one
that the
takes
land
2,
speeder's dead
dies.
or the scouts
Next
are
one
dead.
takes 6. Lives with
Mhm.
lives 2 mortal wounds. 1 wound remaining.
Well,
Land speed is going to shoot everything there.
turns out when you lose all of your support
Sorry,
mechanisms for
Bolter.
that Dreadnought, it does lose a lot of firepower. Only 1.5 mortifiers removed
2 hits.
from the Relic Contemptor. It's also
2
a
wounds if you
lot of
want.
damage ignore rolls made by Ash.
2 damage each.
Lives. Dies.
Trying so
Yeah,
hard.
6 shots.
That mortifier. Oh my god.
shots.
I just don't want to go away.
Yeah,
Throwing
3
that
hits.
Cerberus launcher in there.
I think they will throw a crack grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Hits. Wounds if you want.
Saves.
Fine. This Dread is going to fire everything to those penitents. He'll overcharge his plasma. Shots.
Sure.
Shots. Freeze. Taking a wound. Down to 9. And then freeze again. So just when you feel no pains, you have 1 on 4.
2 damage each, right?
Yeah, 3 damage each, yeah.
Dies. Takes 1.
Mhm. 1. And then all these shots, no, they're doing separately because it matters. 8 shots that wins you on 4s, freeze. 4s. 2 AP1.
Saved.
And 4, no AP. 1 win, no EP.
4. Saved.
Cool. And then we're gonna go into the. You know, these guys are gonna throw a frag grenade into the multipliers. Hits. 1 wound. D3. 1 damage. Excellent.
Okay.
So
Then
much
we're gonna
work
go to
to
the
get
charge
1
phase.
damage
We're
through
gonna
on
charge these
those
guys
mortifiers with the
into
crag
Battle
grenade.
Sisters.
Sure.
6 makes it.
So Vanguard veterans into Objective 4. Alongside those Assault Marines, it should remove the Battle Sisters and give Fouchini control of that objective.
Stepping in the wall.
Okay.
The wall is this wall is porous. You can move a model straight through it.
Fortunately
Oh, okay.
for Ash, that is not an objective you score vital ground on, so losing it won't be the biggest deal for her. And the mortifiers with the buzz blades and all those heavy
These
bolter
guys are gonna
attacks,
charge into these
especially
boxes.
since the Vanguard veterans will probably be up against the wall, will probably be able to pick up most of these models.
They're outside of an inch. Yep. And they can't heroic
On the swing back, which means we have the mortifier over here, assuming it doesn't run away, which I think is unlikely. Yeah, we have a 1 to auto pass it if we want. Can
Then
potentially run around, take some shots
Redemption's gonna
into the
charge in.
scouts, and it alongside Efrial
Makes it
can
6.
probably knock the land speeder out.
And that's what she wrote. I can get down. Then what? You don't have any interrupts, so we'll activate the Redemptor first. Have attacks. 2, 6 explode. 1. It's frozen from. Let's do this. 7 hits. Add 2s. And damage is.
So some robot on robot violence over here. The Redemptor
Well, it's not the most heroic roll ever.
crushes that
we'll activate
Benetton
the
engine
keys.
into a little
Vanguard
tiny
first.
soda can.
Okay.
1.1. Yeah, closer.
Oh, sorry. This is stacked. Should be.
No.
I think I swung her back and forth through to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fight. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, no, he can't.
rank
No,
for it.
he can't. What we can do, I can just do this. I'll try and be half an inch from this guy. Yep, and he's half an inch, so I think. And this one guy can just make it hit. Yep. So 26 attacks. Two 6s explode. Yes. Freeze. 18 wins AP2.
4 ups.
AP2.
Yeah, 4 ups. Develop attack.
Oh, verify the left force. Yeah, my bad. Yep.
So I don't have the miracle, so come on.
Oop. Not good enough to keep those Battle Sisters alive. They will be annihilated by the Marine Chainswords.
You know, so they.
And it is important to remember that these are Vanguard veterans, but they are not equipped with Storm Shields. Fouchini is positioning well with one model on each side of the obstacle, so he does have a couple options for taking cover saves against their mortifiers. This is a situation where cover becomes really awkward with obstacles.
Yeah, I can't win.
Like so. And that's my turn. Cool. I don't get any things there, so over to you.
Alright, get my vital ground, get my thing, and that all means I can't win anymore.
Yeah, so Ash will be getting a 5-point primary turn here.
Well,
She has the
try.
potential for a 15-pointer next turn. And what I think she has to do is knock Fouchini off of objectives, basically, for the remainder of the game. She's at 6 on no prisoners, is that right? Yeah, she's counted them all up here.
Alright, well him goes off.
6. She's got a couple wounds floating, it looks like. So she's close to 7 on no prisoners. If she can knock out the remaining 2 dreadnoughts, she can remove a lot of those to the last points. But it's going to be tough to get that Redemptor dreadnought. That's going to be the real problem. But that miss on the charge on the previous turn is going to put her significantly behind.
Leadership on the multiplier.
So assuming if she can knock Fouchini down to 10 more points on primary, he would be at 30. She would be at 35, assuming that she can she can get the 15-pointer on round 5. She is going first, so she doesn't get the bottom of round 5 scoring, but she is, I think, advanced enough on attrition that, assuming that the dice don't go very poorly for her, she should be able to remove enough things that Fouchini will have a tough time holding objectives in the late game. So that would give her a 5-point primary advantage. She can potentially vital ground for 4 more points next turn. Plus another 2 scores on defend the shrine. So that's an additional 10 points. That would put her at 61 up from where she is, and she's got another 2 on no prisoners, 3 on no prisoners easily. So that would be at 64 points. If she can remove some 2 of the last targets on Fouchini's side and stop him from grabbing that last Retrieve Octarius data score, then the end score of the game is very contentious.
Fuck.
Yeah, we do need a charge with Celestine out of Deep Strike. Don't quite have the miracle dice for it, but we do get +1 to charge. So you could sub in the 4, and you just need a 4+ to get it in, with an 8 on the CP reroll if you want it. And then we have a lot of units going into the Relic Contemptor to try to remove it. So, I mean, it's a non-zero chance the Relic Contemptor goes down this turn with some big charges, or with some big attacks. And if we do get a successful charge, we will be contesting Fuchsia's remaining objective up here. We have the Mortifier on objective 2 to shoot and charge into the Landspeeder Storm, remove Fuchsia's ability to reposition these scouts, and hold that objective for Ash. And we really need these Mortifiers. Honestly, I think one of the most important fights of this game is going to be these Mortifiers into all of these Space Marines. They can probably remove the 3 Assault Marines with all of the heavy bolter shooting very safely. Fouchini did pile in so that they aren't getting cover anymore. So with the charge, we have to remove the Vanguard Veterans with the Mortifiers. We also can't forget about this Eliminator back here. This Eliminator is such a big deal. If he survives, we might see a charge from the Sacrosanct into him, and then a pile in back onto the objective if she kills him. But that's so dangerous. I guess we can't do that.
Need to double check a roll.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna re-rolling Ephriel Stern's ability right now.
Yep.
No
It's
defensive
Templar, so you take
stratagems.
D6 mortal wounds on your Contemptor.
Oh, we did roll the super smite, chat.
4 mortal wounds.
Oh, man. Drops 4 wounds off of it. All right.
Preacher will put Flamer into it.
That's a good start. And Celestine did come down to get a flamer shot into the scouts to try to remove
1
them.
-1.
So not going into the Contemptor with Celestine, but that does give Ash a little bit more redundancy on objective 2, which is important for Vital Ground.
Does not wound. Celestine Flamer into the scouts. 3 shots.
Oof. The flamer shot's not doing it right now. Kills 1 scout.
We'll make it charge longer.
Mortifiers. Mortifier shots into them.
Scouts.
The Mortifier's out for vengeance, though. Oh, maybe not. They're just kidding. It forgot to load its guns. All right. Let's see this Mortifier. This Mortifier attack into these Assault Marines is going to be a big deal.
Alright. 9 shots here, 9 shots into these 3.
Gonna split fire. Really want to get rid of these scouts.
9 shots into the...
Oh, so many ones.
So 3 into the ones in front of them.
It kills 2.
And then 9 shots into the scouts.
Oh my god.
Like 3 saves.
And leaves 1 scout alive. Just barely not killing enough. But we do have, I mean, the Marine's just there. We have to allocate 1 or 2 attacks from the unit to make sure we kill it.
The Eliminator. Hits. Wounds.
He's dead.
Oh, and we get the Eliminator with the crack grenade from the Sacrosanct. All right, we don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And that, I think, locks in Retrieve Victorious at 8 points for Fouchi. I don't foresee him scoring any additional points on that secondary.
Right, Mortifiers are charging both squads in front of them. Mortifier is going to charge the Land Speeder, can't fail. It's going bonk. Celestine is going to charge Teal Squad.
So Celestine going back in with the +1 to charge. Not electing to move forward.
Now going into the Contemptor. 7-inch charge. I did keep my CP. And they don't get Sacred Rights, so I need to CP this.
Miss the first roll. We do have a reroll, and they get it on the second one. We get into the Relic Contemptor, and that should mean we're also contesting Fouchi's remaining objective. So we will block him from scoring any additional primaries this coming battle round.
Yeah, she should swing out this way.
Oh yeah, hold the baby, chat. Oh my god.
Should be able to do this so that this one can get an 11 straight line.
And we're gonna angle for this big penitent engine charge.
Right,
Let's see if we can do it. No, not gun. Oh my god, chat.
This is what I needed.
This is
not very nice of him.
Very stressful.
Starting the dread then, because they dread's over here.
Oh. I didn't realize I was so close to the wall.
Yeah, you don't.
We did roll the 11 with the preacher, though.
Eat bolt gun!
Alright, so... Mortifier...
Can't do it with penitent engines. They weren't that desperate for redemption. But, oh boy, this preacher sure is.
Ready.
One of them into this guy, 2 of... Well, okay, 6 attacks here and 9 attacks the other way.
Cool.
We stand ready.
Yep, so it's... This is the 6.
He's just going up the litany of Space Marine heroes to remove.
And
First a Vanguard veteran, now a Contemptor Dreadnought. He's like, I'll kill your whole elite slot.
And they're dead.
Eat bolt gun!
Storm shields, right?
Okay, so we do remove the Vanguard veterans with the mortifiers, and we remove the Assault Marine. That's what we needed to see on Objective 4.
She goes 6.
Ash,
Wait, no,
he
Nera,
retains control of that
Who's the
objective.
scout? Here is so this is Nera. Okay, I need Kaganel and stun to pull off a miracle.
Yeah, Kaiganel and Stern
I need this 1-inch
not
purple.
killing the Contemptor. I mean, it's unlikely that they remove
Hey,
it.
yo.
Stern
Oh.
does have that ignoring
over
invulnerable save sword, which is pretty nice, but it is only 2 damage, which means Duty Eternal is going to
Yeah,
reduce it to
and
1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And here comes a
1
million
minute
billion
to
attacks
think
out of
about
this pair.
this.
Mhm.
Uh,
Chat, Fuchi, just so we're on the same page here, assuming that, even if the Relic Contemptor survives, assuming that this Mortifier kills the Landspeeder Storm
3 sources, no 6
with Buzzblades, which is very likely, Fuchini's going to be left with
does 1 damage this
2
way,
or 3 models. 2 or 3 models, chat.
um,
This turn has been everything Ash needed to get right back in this game.
so it doesn't matter. Alright, so he Kaganel will do his more attacks.
Mhm.
So using the Kiss attacks
So rerolling.
for 8 swings.
And winning on 6s. 2 wounds at -1.
Take 1.
Okay. And then
Does it win on 6s or 5s?
so this is the
Yeah.
Outcast Blade, so he's
Oh,
he's
you're right. They
strength
don't have
3.
a strength buff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so 5 attacks from Stun
I was reading the Kiss profile chat. That's my bad.
and 5s.
Oh,
-3
3
to 1
wounds through with Stern. Doesn't save
one.
any of them.
Yep.
She's basically
And
unsavable. Down to 1.
will
Can the
slide
Preacher
in,
do it, chat?
use that
Did
objective.
chat call it?
Mhm.
Preacher
Yeah, he did get warning
grabs
off
the
on himself.
objective.
So 4 attacks.
Can you do it, little buddy?
You're
Ooh.
rolling.
Good thing he's a zealot. Is he feeling zealous today?
Mhm.
He's
No.
super
Okay.
not. Just kidding. All right, well, we tried.
Nope, couldn't pull off the miracle.
In fairness, chat, Ephriel and Kaiganel
Yeah,
are
yeah,
ridiculously
it's
difficult
yeah,
to
it's
kill.
got
It's a
5 attacks.
non-zero chance that this Relic Contemptor, even shooting everything into them if it elects to stay in melee, will not remove these models. Even if it does, the Penitents are just right there. The Penitents aren't going to be, wiped out by these Redemptors.
I will swing back.
It's about around 10 now, chat. Somehow.
He's going to play with Mythic Creature.
Which means that Ash has another opportunity to start sending models onto that objective to prevent primary objective points.
+1/+1.
There's 4. From what I can
Okay.
see.
Preacher will just get it next turn, yeah.
His spell scrub is lying. Double check.
Is it 3+1/+1 or 4+1/+1?
Oh, that's one I want to check.
Oh, it's 4+1/+1. So
Yeah,
so 6.
it's definitely 6 attacks on that guy.
So hit on 3, 6 of explode. So 5 hits into the creature and then freeze.
Ooh!
Freeze on the
Chat!
creature.
The Contemptor Dreadnought
Primary
flubs.
for me.
I just needed that Preacher to do 1 wound.
A terrible roll from the Contemptor Dreadnought back into the Preacher.
Oh, I got leadership on the start.
So that little guy will
So he
live
got
to
advance.
fight another day.
Oh no, leadership, so yeah, it's fine on a 2. So that's 4. Yeah, it's fine on a 2. Then get a CP.
You get 0/4.
Yeah, yeah. I'll spend my last CP for reroll Heroes of One on the Redemptor.
Okay.
Scout advance. 9. This objective, fantastic. This is something. It was a quick mess.
So Fouchini in a really bad spot after an incredible turn from Ash. He's able to contest objective 2, but Ash still on 3 and 4, which means she will start to score additional vital ground points. If she can hold on objective 1 as well with all these characters, as unlikely as that is, with the Relic Contemptor there, that will get her an additional 3, I believe. Yeah, so the Redemptor probably has move with the 8 inches to peek its gun around the wall there and get shots into the characters. I don't think it wants to do that though. It probably wants to put everything into the penitence and hope it can spike really high to kill enough of them that Ash won't be able to retain control of that objective. The downside is he can't really afford to leave that Relic Contemptor in combat, and he can't really afford to pull it out. Especially without a Tech Marine here to give him +1 to hit.
Fury with Stern and Kagino have a 4-up and 1, right?
Yep.
I think between this and Ash's semifinals game yesterday, I think we might have... we might need to try to maybe recruit more Celestines in the Adeptus Sororitas, because holy crap, has this character absolutely been straight money for Ash in all of her games. What an incredible profile Celestine is. And with the new codex, people were worried that she would be she was nerfed into unplayability. Celestine's still chilling here and basically putting several games on her shoulders and carrying the Adeptus Sororitas through.
Seven, 8, currently on 9, which is the last one game. So you maxed out my prisoners. Yeah, this is going to be.
Goes 8, right?
Yeah, he goes 8. Yeah. Pull back 2.
Okay.
6. That goes there. Ah, basement.
This is probably going to be some of the deepest planning of Fouchini's career here. He just needs everything to go 100% right this turn, and things to start to fall apart on AshC's turn.
Nine. .1. 2 more inches of movement.
So it looks like we are falling back with the Redemptor. I don't think the Contemptor can quite... he can probably fight Kaiganil through the wall here. Is that what we're looking at? For sure. So we have a potential charge back onto... Yeah, Kaiganil and Ephriel. That's what we're going to be looking at right now. So we need the Redemptor to go absolutely ham on the Penitents. And then charge back in, kill both Kaiganil and Ephriel. I think we have an interrupt available on the Preacher. Or a Heroic Intervention, excuse me. Into the Redemptor. Could give him the second opportunity he needs to get that one damage through. Be a little bit awkward.
Stay in combat, don't we have a choice? That could be his rolls. Okay. He's just gonna draw a line there.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to stay in combat. Shoot with the Contemptor. Fire the Redemptor into the Penitents. Try to pick up probably the Preacher with the Contemptor.
See this engine back
And then
there.
charge into Kaiganil and Ephriel. Hope they fail their invulnerable saves. And see where we're at.
Okay, that's going to be movement. Dread's going to shoot everything into the Penitents. He's going to overcharge the plasma.
Okay, big shot from the Redemptor here.
These are the ones.
And we're rerolling ones from a Wisdom of the Ancients on the Redemptor.
3 hits, 3s.
Ooh, not a great wound roll. Only 2.
Can do 6.
Oh man. 3, 4, 5 ups getting made
Shots.
from that penitent. I think these penitents may have the resilience that it takes to
Yeah,
close
great.
this out.
81.
They refuse to die.
It's not letting me pick it up. Good. Right, nothing.
Look at that, chat. This penitent wants to win so bad.
Nothing. Cool.
Oh
Tempter's
my
going
god.
to shoot.
The penitents don't necessarily threaten the Redemptor, but what they can do is just run onto this objective and just chill, you know, here and here and here or something. To contest it again. You're potentially giving up bring it down points, but you can contest
You don't have any CP. You don't.
some primary.
you
Although
don't have
Fouchini
guys
does
that
score
can
it
use
at bottom
guys.
turn, so it's not the end of the world.
None of them can use Miracle Dice anyway, so no point.
Yeah. Crack missiles into Keegan and kill.
Okay.
I don't believe Ash needs to kill the Redemptor.
One of the Volkite arms into the Preacher, the other. 1 second.
So the awkward part is that
one arm into the Preacher and one arm into Keegan and kill with the Crack missiles. So the arm into the Preacher.
Okay.
if the Contemptor overperforms on Ephrael and Kaiganel, he could kill Kaiganel and
then I get
force
three
the
additional
Redemptor
shots,
to go
additional
all
shots,
the way
additional.
around the wall.
Oh, into
Because I don't believe Ephrael is
Two more
within
wounds
an
and
inch.
6 saves on the Preacher.
All right, Preacher, what do you got, buddy?
He's dead.
You got a
Dice.
bunch of failed wounds. All right. Well,
Mm.
Preacher goes down. He won't get the last
Then
laugh
I
on that
will
Relic
do-
Contemptor. Shooting into melee, not the end of the world against Ephrael and Kaiganel, since they are already -1 to be hit.
The Volkite arm first. 6 shots. 4 0 ones. 8 ones. 2 additional shots. Cool. And then 2s. Well, 3s can manage on the wound. So 1 more to wound and 2 saves.
Alright, so 4s and 1 more to 1, so 5 up.
Well,
Takes
there you
one.
go. Kaiganel just makes all the saves. It's fine. Whatever.
There was 2 more to wound within up. Check the last 5 rolls.
You did not roll the cracks yet.
No, 1 6. 1 6. Yeah, 1 6. Cool. 2 crack missiles. 4 0 ones. Cool. And just took 3 shots. 4 0 ones. 0 ones.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
4 hits.
4 hits,
Threes
3s
to
to wound,
wound.
wounds
Let's see.
all of them?
Take these one at a time. Save. Save.
Okay,
Don't save. Damage.
2.
Only
Two.
2
Pains, take
damage
one,
on
and last
Kaiganel.
one.
Oh man.
Damage.
Cool.
Easy peasy, chat. Well, there you go. See, Kaiganel. He
I
doesn't...
take
Easy
3
one.
and he dies.
Oh, he dies to the last one. That does move the Contemptor out
He's not
of
trying to go
range.
through the wall.
But now the Redemptor has to go through. Oh no, this is the worst case scenario, chat.
So it's a 6.
Yeah, I think we overcommitted into Kaiganel and
No,
Ephrael.
that's not a makeable charge.
Ooh, boy.
Well, Contemptor is going to charge in.
Okay.
Go get him, Contemptor.
Cool.
We get that Born Heroes for +1 to hit. We get those exploding 6s.
That's unfortunate. Oh, wait.
Contemptor's going to do it, chat. Ready?
And then
6
Red
attacks,
can't charge.
6
unfortunately.
wounds. Let's do it.
So yeah, it's 6 attacks.
Okay.
You're -1 to hit,
Force.
right?
Yep.
No,
So
but I get
threes.
+1.
Sorry, threes.
We got a reroll there.
2 saves if you
Right?
want.
Only 2. Doesn't really matter.
Force. Take 2.
Cheats.
It cheats me back.
And that looks like
Rolling, because you charge me.
it might be curtains for the Iron Hands.
Nothing.
He lives.
Although
Okay.
Ephriel also flubs.
It's fine.
Cool.
So Ash does
So
need
that's the end of
to
my turn.
Yep.
figure out a way to remove that Relic
Turn of
Contemptor.
Weather
Is it
Miracle, which is a 3.
character protected right now?
You score 10.
It is. So
And you get
we might be
2 on
able
button.
to angle a couple heavy
Yep.
bolters onto it to try to remove it, and
And
we
I
also
think you
have
get
Celestine's Flamer. Yep, there she goes. You can potentially angle 1 or 2
Necessary,
bolters
I can make that charge.
if we have range. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Ash, you got 15 this turn, right?
We both
No,
hold.
you got Scout.
2.
Yeah, so Ash is holding 2. That one's contested. And Fouch has 1.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oh yeah, he's a.
Scouts
he's
are
no longer
elites,
upset.
everybody. Yeah.
Yes, I forgot. I was so tilted when the Scout lived, and then I was like, oh, and then you just said that, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I know.
The
They should have
10%
watched my video on
protection,
Scouts chat. Shout out to the YouTube
modifier
channel.
holding here, and that's about.
Exclamation point YouTube.
Well, these modifiers will peek out just in case, you know, that Scout has lived through a lot. Okay, so
Ash at
I
15.
get my CP.
We should see this Relic Contemptor go
because
down,
it's no longer
but stranger
working.
things have happened.
12 shots from them first, and then
Not falling back with
alright, so I
Ephriel.
got
Yeah,
this
we're just
done
gonna,
first.
I guess, try to
Then
kill it with the smite.
Actually do mortal wounds. No. Well, that is
Ooh,
unfortunate.
failed the smite though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot this modifier first, and then the
And
other
bad
one. So
Miracle
Alright,
dice.
you can shoot this up if you can die. Okay, all of these penitents are gonna throw flamers into the Redemptor. So 21 shots. Oops. 5s. -1.
Come on.
8 saves going through on the Redemptor. Rolls
think
well though. Only takes 2 down to 7. Not
Awesome.
even bracketed.
Okay. And then charges. Penitent into the Redemptor.
Make it.
7. Oh, yeah, sorry. Might as well try it. Sorry, do you mind if I go back and bolt pistol with stun?
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
Go get him, Stern.
I forgot she has a ranged weapon, doesn't a grenade. Shot. 3 hits. Does not win. Okay.
I'm just gonna give you your the shrine points now.
Yep. And Celestine is gonna try and make that charge.
Yeah, if either one of these dreadnoughts survive chat, it's gonna be so awkward.
No.
No.
Just worth a CP.
Let me
Am I
see if
spending
you
CP on
reroll.
anything else? Yes.
So Celestine not getting in. I'm not 100% sure about the choice to send Celestine backwards instead of forwards last round chat
That is
to kill these Vanguard veterans. I think the Mortifiers had it in hand, but if Celestine had been over here a turn earlier, I think this would have been an easy pickup.
rolling. 5s.
Only 5 on the Redemptor. It saves 3. It is mid-bracket, but it's not dead. Oh, no.
Your relic can try and bonk stun.
You try. Yeah, so only 5 attacks.
So now we need Ephriel Stern to kill this Relic Contemptor right now.
So 4s, 1s. That's the dice.
I don't know where the dice are.
1s. And then because it's one additional attacks of the 6, which hits 4 hits, and then 2s, 3s, 4, AP1.
Oh, no, not like this.
4 up.
Please slow roll these. Okay, well,
She's
that's
fine.
okay.
She swings back. All hit.
Okay.
Yeah, they hit too.
Let's see some 5-ups here.
2
2.
wounds on your 6s.
Do we re-roll? No. Oh, it's dead.
Does she explode?
Okay.
No. I think-
Oh my
And then I hit
god.
back.
We finally got the Relic Contemptor down.
Hit you back. 5 attacks.
Sure, I'll spend 1 CP for mortal wounds on death.
Yep. 4 0 1, 6 explode. Oh, and then 2s. Yeah, 1 second. So we got 3 each. So let's do this.
Damage 1 at a time.
So you have 1 on 4. You have 1 on 2 actually.
Yep.
So that one will be 5 damage.
Okay. I mean, if you want, you can just roll them one at a time. You don't have CP to reroll. So as in you just roll them one at a time and you stack and then I'll line them up.
Yeah, cool. Next one is 4, which won't be enough. 8. 6.
Alright, so the first one takes 5.
Now, it is important to remember we have 3 points left for
6,
Fouchi potentially on
8.
Bring It Down, and maybe a 5-point primary if this Redemptor survives.
Dies, and the last one takes 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6. Yeah.
Dies.
Dies. Right. 1 set
One
of
is-
mortal wounds. 2 mortal
2.
wounds.
Not a free.
So bottom brackets the Redemptor. And he picks
So
up all of...
that's 5 more prisoners.
So-
You get.
So I need to kill Stern, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And I
my
win by 1.
god.
So my last CP is going to go on the Redemptor. Oh, well.
So he picks up all of the penitents. They don't kill the Redemptor. He grabs those additional 3 points to bring it down. He has 1 to the last remaining. Fouchini wins if he kills Ephriel Stern with this Redemptor Dreadnought right now. So he can hold 1 objective at the end of the game on the bottom round 5, moving 4 inches
Is gone.
to poke the gun
and I
around.
need to somehow kill him shooting.
Can you see her?
The plasma? Yep, let's touch him. Better
Okay.
touch.
Yeah, it's also not obscuring keyworded on these ruins, so that these like jagged
One's up
edges, you don't have to worry about the through line of sight. I don't think there's a charge available here.
So I could do. Plasma will overcharge.
Mm-hmm.
Be like maybe a boxcars to get all the way around the wall.
4 shots. Shots. You might want to hit still, right?
Yep.
Sixes. Nope.
Nothing.
I do all the shots.
6s to hit with the Redemptor. Nothing happens.
16.
16 what?
16 shots from the 8 and then 8 from Stormwater.
Oh, good. They actually
The
have a different
AP
profile.
is gonna be different, right? Yeah.
Oh,
The AP,
yes.
no, the AP difference doesn't matter. It's the strength.
They're both going to increase.
Which one? The onslaught and the heavy?
I'll.
The normal heavy wounds, the normal onslaught wounds on 4s. The heavy
Yeah,
onslaught
4s.
wounds on 3s. Your
I don't have
Stormbolter
heavy
wounds
onslaught.
on your Stormbolter wounds on 4s and has a different.
I don't have a heavy onslaught.
Oh,
It's
it is in
just-
plasma, right? Sorry. Yeah, but the AP is different.
Yeah, the AP is different. Rip. 4 6s.
Also, Battlescribe to TTS looks like lists Ephriel Stern as toughness 4, but that is not correct. She is toughness 3. But we're mathing out correctly here.
Right.
Black is one of each, so it's fine. Can't die, so it
Has
doesn't matter.
2 Stormbolters? Oh yeah, 2 Stormbolters, right.
So, I just you make a
Yeah.
on charge.
So she.
Nope.
Nothing.
We have the
Yes. Okay, because I can't.
we have the 1 miracle die to auto pass the armor save,
Oof. That was rough.
and so Ephriel, worst case scenario, would survive on 1 wound. Holy crap, chat!
Okay.
Oh well.
So
Speaking of dying, that's shame. Yep, that's GG.
Ephriel sticks around to contest
Okay.
that last objective. Fouchi does not hold primary
And-
on his
and
bottom
Heavy was about 3
5.
points actually for Shrine.
Oh, for sure, so yeah. So,
So even if you killed her, you wouldn't have one.
But it would have just scored me 5. I scored me closer. But yeah. Oof, damn. I was hoping to get primary for one more turn. At least 5s. But pretty much
well,
what it was.
Stern and the Preacher both showed up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Orange name!
God, Beth. Oh, god damn. Fucking god, Beth. Well, GG. Fucking hell.
GG. I almost, like, when I said I had to take
Yeah,
a
so the
minute
Sacred Shrine would score for an additional
It's
3
because I
again
was-
as
You were
well.
counting the score.
No,
That's
no,
why.
I wasn't just counting the score. I was trying not. I was both counting the score and trying not to cry.
Fair enough.
Not because of,
I was, yeah, no, I was
Let-
also trying not to cry with the
yeah, the
notice.
crying thing is less it's not out of like anger or anything. It was more like just like sheer
It was
not being upset that I wasn't that I was going to make me harder to win, but more like just the sheer stupidity of that.
Yeah,
forgetting to do
it was
that.
a fuck up. Like, yeah, like it was the same thing with me forgetting about the plus one to advance in charge. Or I could have easily just did another inch back and had an extra redemptor, which would have been really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, it's brutal. Oh, that one, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew she was gonna be the end of me. That one sacrosanct. One sacrosanct is gonna be the
Yeah.
death.
I mean, this was a gamble. Because-
Yeah, but if it paid off, I kill Celestine and Morven turn 1
No,
and that's
as in,
game.
I'm not saying it's a gamble on your
Oh.
part. Doing this was a gamble on my part.
Oh yeah. I was surprised you did that because yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for Morven to die because I needed the 6 on the miracle. I needed to have a 6 on the miracle to get these retributors to kill the Redemptor.
Yeah. Oh, if only I fucking remember the plus one because everybody just fucking takes exploding 6s, so I always just forget what plus one to advance in charge. Ah,
It's very matchup dependent. For me, exploding 6s matters more in matchups where I can get everything, like in pure melee versus melee, I'm taking the exploding 6s. In most other cases, I'm taking the plus 1 to advance in charge because
no, that's fair.
cause my almost 60% of my army just doesn't get the buff.
Yeah, pretty much. So you
So like it's much less difficult for me to make the decision between the two buffs.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The majority of the list doesn't benefit from it.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, you two. That was a wild game to watch. Congratulations to both of you on a ridiculously close game. I was getting sweats over here. I'm like breaking out right now. With all of the super impactful dice rolls that especially happened on this objective. Holy crap! Those epic duels were wild.
I was hoping just for one of the charges to fail.
Yeah.
Over here because then the other player would have worked out. Because I think I stopped for like a good 5 minutes to count all the alternatives.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
You went from 27 to 21. 27 something, 21 something.
Like, because I was trying to see if the play to charge here and then go over here would win, but I still lose by 2 points if I did that. That was a problem. I would still lose by 2. It would have been 63 to 61. No, it would be 65 to you to 63 to me. So you'd have scored this, and I would have scored. I would have maxed that, but I would have gotten the 5.
Yeah.
At the end of the turn. Oh god damn it! So close.
Chad, if you have any questions for the players, go ahead and throw them in there as we break things down.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
assuming
I have so I can see the
TTS
system over
doesn't
here.
crash
I
on
shoot
us.
Stern and everything, and just try to kill her, so that nothing can fish over here. Realistically.
Yep.
All the engines, but there were points.
TTS having a little crash,
I
chat.
kind of had to.
A little mini crash.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
Well, first off, Ash, congratulations on taking it down. You are this season's champion, the best virtual 40k player in the world. So big congrats to you.
Big shout out to Tweem Uwu.
Tweem Uwu, there was incredible Tweem Uwu solidarity in the chat. By the way, all of the Tweem Uwu players came out to drop all their channel points on you. By the way,
Nice.
Fouchini, you had more fans putting channel points in, but Ash had more committed
I'm sorry.
fans.
I'll let you know that.
we ended up at almost
sorry.
100K
I'll let
points put up, but it was 63% to Ash.
Holy shit.
So Fouchini, you gotta get some wealthier patrons in there, I think.
Shuma
So
put
I was the underdog.
30,000
That's
points
fine.
on me.
You're playing Iron Hands, the worst chapter, right? So
On me. You know? Yeah, exactly. No, that's my excuse. Yeah.
yeah.
They're terrible. You should see me when I play Ultramarines. Yeah.
You needed to play Wolves, Fooch.
No. I was not doing it.
Yeah. If you had played Space Wolves, you would have won for sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
I don't want
tradition.
this. It's tradition. You're right. It's why I lost. I broke tradition.
Yep. Can confirm. Yeah, so we had a couple of questions from chat. Ash, a lot of congratulations to you. Vala Bearable asking Fouchini how it feels to prove the community wrong about Assault Marines.
They were fucking hilarious. They were great. I like him. It's just I don't know how to describe it. You kind of I guess the submarines alone they are garbage, but with 9-inch aura of Rights of War, you can have on-demand OPSEC wherever you want, which is really big.
Right.
That's why I was so sad when Celestine rode 360s for mortal wounds.
Yeah.
That was like I was like the whole game plan went out the window the moment that happened. I was like, shit.
Well, you know when I was like planning this out, like this game,
Mhm.
I literally went, if there is an opportunity for me to kill the lieutenant,
Yes,
I
you
don't
go
care
for it.
what I have to sacrifice, I'm killing that lieutenant.
Yeah, because if you hadn't killed him there, because I think what they called in the end, you did 10 damage and I rolled 3 mortal wounds, so you only killed him by 2.
Yeah.
Because the whole plan was to deny you primary over here for 2 turns. Well, basically 3 turns because you denied yourself 1. And then I don't have to go for the rest of the plays. Fucking Kigno and Stern. I knew you were gonna be a fucking phone of a batch size.
Everyone says Kaganil and Stern are bad. People don't know what
They're
they're
just-
talking about.
Just an annoying late game piece. That's what they are.
Yeah, like they're either an incredibly annoying late game piece or they're an incredibly like
Thank you.
annoying mid game piece. Like I don't
Yeah.
like the difference between Stern and Celestine is that I don't mind throwing Celestine. I mind throwing Celestine to die somewhere for a limited game, but Stern and Kaganil are cheap enough and durable enough that I can just like huck them at some random shit.
Yeah. No, the ignore inv on Stern is annoying. It is annoying. This lady. When I killed Kigno by 1 wound, I cried inside. I'm gonna be honest, I was like, I cried inside. That was just so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
So, question from Disappointing Salad. Do you think the outcome of the game changes if the Sacrosants die to the Grav Cannon shot?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. The game, like, because then Celestine dies. There's nothing over here to hold this for the 2 turns. Because this scored you basically 2 points for Vital Ground and 6 points for Defender Shroud. So it all of a sudden it would be like so. Because Ash can't afford to keep anything back here with the engines or else because it just dies eventually.
Yeah, basically.
So it would have been this and then plus Celestine died. Like when that happened, I cried inside. I'm gonna be honest. Like it was my heart broke when Celestine.
I knew that was a possibility, but
Yeah.
right, this happening was a possibility, and I either needed like a great advance roll to like hide them all, right?
But to be fair, I think he had them just enough because like remember
Yeah.
I was like, over here because initially I was looking over here, but like I was checking it out. I could get 1 spot up, but I couldn't get a second. Because if I could get that play off, I just shoot. I 100% go here and I just shoot. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I know.
Ah,
That is why I screened it.
Yeah, how dare you?
It turns out I kind of know what I'm doing.
How dare you
Sometimes.
stream? My opponents don't screen. Why do you have to screen? So I swear to God, these ashes and their screen. Ah,
So Fooch, how does it feel that now in competitive games we're now 2-2? Is it? No,
is it 2-2?
1-2.
Yeah. Well, congrats on your win. And your first win. There you go. Your first win. I say that in jest, of course. Nah, congrats. It was a well fought game. I enjoyed it.
Other than this.
Yeah, that charge was a fuck up.
This was a
Yeah.
30-point swing.
Yeah, no. I mean, that charge was a fuck up in the same way that my Dread's position was a fuck up. So I was like, it was only fair.
Yeah. Fair.
Had another question from Justin LWG for Ash. Now that you have enough games under your belt, how do you feel about the new Sisters Codex? I know that you had an off the beaten path list, but it seems like Team Uwu has had success with Sisters.
I think that I can comfortably say that Sisters are probably the third best codex. I say third because while Sisters has good play into the top two factions, which definitely puts them securely above Death Guard, there are some bottom tier factions that make life a living nightmare.
Astra Militarum.
Yeah. Like Imperial Guard and Gene Stealer cults are both horrible to play into for normal sisters. Like my sisters have no problem because
engines.
Yeah, because they're engines. But this also has worse play into a lot of the best, a lot of the mid tier armies. So basically, I sacrifice my mid tier in order to buff up my top and bottom tier games because I know people are going to either play random shit or really good shit. And then if I run into a Custodes player, I just like sweat buckets and try really hard not to feel terrible.
Yeah.
Every game against Custodes with this list has been like
it's
pure stress.
Deny rerolls. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Get stuffed.
I mean,
Morphin Ball. It's a cute ability you have right there. Would be.
I mean, what's your answer to Aquilons? Because they ignore AP1 and 2, so your flair was literally do nothing.
My answer to Aquilons is Celestine because they punch her for 1 damage each.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm actually looking at the solo talents, the strength 6, because I just think it's better.
No one runs the talents.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think currently the talents are just better now, especially because it gives you an extra attack as well. Boom.
Yeah, but my point stands, right? Like,
yeah,
everyone runs the fist, so I just run Celestine into them, and then they just like slap feebly at her.
Feebly.
She kills like 3 on the she can kill like 3 on the charge if I roll slightly above average.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like 2 left in the normal squad, and then they just like fail to kill her repeatedly.
Well, next time I play you, I'm gonna bring Astra Militarum. Boom. There you go.
There you go.
That's gonna.
All you need to do is make it
to
3 rounds.
Invitations.
Well,
hopefully, I mean, hopefully by the next invitation, my codex will come out. That'll be nice. That'll be fun. I can show off Marines for a little bit. But yeah.
J Pilks has another question for you, Fooch. How are you going to beat Manny's 140 Skitarii at Kent?
I don't care about that. No offense. No offense. I don't. It's like, okay, 0 last cannons. I think so. Also, the way that list operates, it only really has 80 Skitarii, because 60 of those are Wabi Stanley fights. So Manny's not going to use those unless he's like losing. So it's technically, can you get through 80 Skitarii fast enough before you chip into his Wabi Stanley fights? And 40 of those are Vanguard, which don't do any damage to the majority of my list. Like AP1 strength 3 doesn't hurt the dreads, and also grab cannons are pretty good into Lucius Skutari
Yeah,
because you force the inruns
and
and
we
all the
did just
shots.
watch a unit of Vanguard veterans deal 30 wounds in a fight phase, right? So like you just do that a couple times. And
Yeah, it's like I don't care. Like it's no offense, right? But
Yeah,
I mean,
and if
against that list, I
I
think
was,
the main problem against that is. Oh, sorry, you want to speak, Ash? Go.
yeah, I wanted to add something on a theory craft level, right? Like worst case scenario, if Fouch has no choice but to throw Vanguard Vets into the ignore AP 1 and 2 squad, he just spends 2 CP, and suddenly all his landing claws are AP 3, and then they
Yeah, squad
disappear.
just dies.
yeah,
Very truly. And I've seen the terrain at Kent. I can hide my Vanguard in suitable position, so
very
it's
nice.
whatever. I mean, ninth edition AdMech doesn't feel. It's like if I had to say like 6 planes would be way scarier because it's like, oh, you just move. Well, 6 planes are scary if it goes first. If it goes second, it doesn't matter. But that'd be scarier just for the sole fact that outside of I think he has 24 dogs. Outside of 24 dogs, he doesn't have any speed. So it's like you kill the dogs turn one, you just focus fire on your dogs turn one, and then you jump around with the Vanguard Vets after that. And it's like, okay, what's his answer? He's got 140 Scutari that can't shoot, and he's going to get charged in Assault Doctrine.
Yeah, it definitely feels like I mean a lot of the counterplay to Adeptus Mechanicus is that fast melee stuff that can leapfrog into it, and then also the the untargetable stuff, and
Yes. Yes.
definitely I mean
That's,
Adeptus Mechanicus is so strong, but if you don't have answers to those hard counters, like
yeah.
they have very little recourse.
I mean, that's the other thing, right? What's the answer to the Contemptor Dread? Because he can't be shot even with the 24 dogs. So, what does he do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do against untargetable Val and Celestine just holding an objective from deployment zones?
You take 6
Yeah,
planes like a smart person. There you go.
exactly. And you go first, which is
You
even
go
smarter.
first.
Okay.
Justin LWG with a follow up for Ash. What units and combinations in Sisters would you like to explore more? It seems like they have a lot more list archetypes that players can try.
I'm not sure. Like, I tried like something more AshC style with but that doesn't really suit the way I like to play. Like playing against Devin this morning or yesterday for those of you in um imperial measurement country. Was really like super against the norm for me. Like, yeah. There's this one archetype which I was thinking about trying, but I don't really think it works out, which is um uh well basically it involves working with Paragon Warsuits. I'm not sure how useful it is, mostly because of AdMech. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But you don't take Paragon. Why take Paragon also so you can take more engines?
Yeah, they're like,
It's cheaper and he's got a feel no pain. It does significantly more damage in combat.
and have an extra wound, yeah, like as in I was thinking about trying one that involved engines plus a Paragon.
Nice.
But
I like.
but Retributors just are better. So
Yeah, of course they are. They are great.
I also
And
wanted to
I,
try the Zephyrim Rapturous Blows combo, but
it's really like it's gonna kill anything apart from Custodies and a Knight. Because I think I've had a friend of mine try it, and like 10 of them will. Like I honestly speaking, that was the thing I was the most scared about in playing against Sisters. It's like if somebody like if you actually took that and you find a charge into something, you can just kill 2 dreads in combat with just that, and it's like
yeah,
okay, just
yeah, I know.
easily you overkill. It's insane. It's insane. It's a lot of damage. Well, hopefully we put on a show. I know I was sweating.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a definitely an entertaining game to watch. So
See you guys Forgetting the charges here was intentional. So
Yeah.
that there'd be a more entertaining
Yeah, of
match.
course. It was for the spectators. Ash, we appreciate that.
Perfectly
Exactly.
calculated.
Yeah, that
Perfectly
that
calculated.
level of showwomanship over there. You know, it's good stuff.
Good.
That's what makes a real 40 a really strong 40k player. Not necessarily, perfect control over your army. It's just whether or not you can put on a good spectacle.
Exactly. Boom. Entertainers.
All right. Well, I know,
Uh,
Ash. I know for you, it's getting pretty early, so we'll go ahead
Oh,
and
I
let you
see
go.
I see somebody
Go.
mention my Mageras in the chat.
I think we've already had this game with Nigerians, right? You don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we already did. No.
No.
Agent X asked, "Is Stern the new Magera hotness?" No, I'm not. That I'm starting? No, I did not start this trend. Ashley kind of poked me towards trying Stern. I tried Stern like twice, and then Ashley was like, give Stern another go, and then I did, and then I was very pleasantly surprised. Mostly it was that those first two games didn't do anything because it was a horrible stomp, and
Wow, fair enough.
yeah, so they're like a turn 3 to 5 thing, and
Yes.
those games were won in turn 2.
Yes.
So I was just like, oh, they don't do anything. And then I had a decent match, and and then I was like, oh, they actually do quite a lot. Okay then.
Scouts.
Yeah, fair
Hey,
enough. Yeah, for
Serbia.
120 points for those two models is incredible.
Yeah. Want to know what's even more incredible? 80 points for 5 wounds, toughness 4 up save, and 5 sniper shots. So good.
Without
So good.
OPSEC.
Without OPSEC, yeah.
no
Without OPSEC.
objective
Well,
secure.
he's usually there to give him OPSEC, but fucking Celestine. What the? The graph cannons let me down. What do they?
Yeah, like everyone, like I said, like the moment this guy
Yeah.
is within striking range of Celestine, I don't care. Or
Yeah.
Stern,
No.
or
100%.
anything.
100%. I was trying to keep this guy a bit further back so that you would unless you have really good miracle dice, which you did. You got there in the end. You had to charge him, and I was gonna fucking Overwatch. There was no way I was
Yeah.
gonna Overwatch.
Yeah, you gotta take the shot for sure. With the Relic Contemptor.
She was what, here? Something like that? No, she was a bit further
Yeah.
forward.
So
No, she died here. So
Yeah,
you
she
were
died
here,
there.
so you pushed me off here, so I had 12 inches forwards from here.
No, you had it like basically exactly because you had 11 and you made it like over here. He was
Yeah,
like you were exactly 1.1
yeah,
and he was a bit further back.
yeah. Basically, yeah, so that was about where all that, yeah.
God damn it, Celestine, stop assassinating characters. But this is why I like to get rid of her early because she likes, but basically Harlequins. I'm fucking. I want a character that's less than 200 points. I don't
mean,
want to play Celestine.
you can get Kaganel and stun, just costs 2 CP.
I start on 5. No, I'll pass.
120
Scouts.
points in 2 CP unless you're playing sisters.
Yeah, Scouts. You let me down. How dare you? You let me down.
I think they did okay. There's a lot of heavy bolter
Yeah,
shooting.
they
They didn't die too.
Yeah.
It's my leverage, right?
Good job,
Is this
Scouts.
even a bad?
Yeah, they're just happy to be here,
No.
man. They're like, somebody brought us off the
Yeah.
shelf. Yay.
Finally! The submarines. You got me 4 points for Octarius. Good job.
Also, this one crack grenade was like,
Yeah, that I was if I had a CP, I was going to CP reroll it, but I didn't have a CP.
if you
It was
had a
really
CP,
annoying.
if you had a CP, I would not have advanced these guys out.
Yeah, it's like I still can't believe because I was like, oh, okay, she needs to hit, she needs to win, I need to throw 4 up. I was like, oh, he's dead. Because if he survived, he was gonna get me my over here, my the point over there.
Yeah.
What 12? Which wouldn't have mattered unless it's good primary. Jeez.
And then we
Good
would have
skill.
had a tie.
I mean, I would have killed her, right?
I
That's the
mean,
thing.
how are you gonna kill her while you're doing Octarius?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, it would have been a tie. Boom. 2 first place finishes. That way Trevor has to send us $250 each. Boom.
Yeah.
Make his wallet hurt.
And then he has to give us both a GameMat.eu mat.
Exactly. Boom.
Honestly, yeah, that's
Ah,
a good question. How would you have decided the tie, Trevi?
yeah. Fuck 4 rounds.
Either we would have replayed or we would have gone to a tie breaker of some metric.
So 4 up.
So yeah, it's just roll a dice. You play ship captain.
Listen, I'll gamble on a 4 up.
Yeah.
Based on primary scoring.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't consent to that. Based on secondary scoring. There you go.
But secondaries
What
are
point?
secondary to primaries. Duh.
No. They both give 45 points each, so get out of here. They're both equal. They both hold as much weight. Boom. Okay.
All right. Well,
Well,
Ash, I'm
gonna eat
gonna
today.
get you a sudden death MCP chat. Yeah. Ash, I'm gonna let you get some sleep, but congratulations on winning the invitational.
Yep.
Good job, Ash.
What
Good.
details do you need from me?
Yeah,
I
I'll
go
hit
to
you up.
sleep?
I'll hit you up for that stuff.
Okay.
But thanks you two for an incredible game, and again, Ash, congratulations,
No problem.
and thanks
And
everybody for
most
watching.
Importantly,
Yeah,
most
congrats.
importantly, I now get an
Well,
orange name.
victory.
And Ash now gets an invitational champion role in the Discord.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
orange name, my favorite color.
yeah. Well, congratulations on the orange name.
Well, yeah, congrats on the orange name. You earned that orange. Good job. All right, I'm gonna probably take a nap.
Fair enough. It sounds like you need it.
I am going to go to sleep.
Well, have a good rest, both of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for the
Thank you,
invitation.
Yen. I am welcome to the club.
Take care, both of you.
Yep.
You
Ciao.
too. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, chat. That is going to be it for the T5S2 Season 3 Invitational. Oh my god. What a barn burner of a finals game. So excited to have two server regulars in the grand finals and for them to have such an absolute slugfest of a finals match. This was an incredible game to watch, and I'm glad that we were able to cover it. I'm going to go ahead and pop off now. I think I'm going to spend some time winding down from the invitational. I'm looking to get some painting done, chat. So I might pop back on in a little while with a little bit of a painting stream. So we can reminisce about this invitational past. So stay tuned on the channel. Drop a follow if you will. I want to thank we had a subscriber right at the end there. Bash33 for the sub. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody who's supporting us throughout the entirety of the invitational. And can we have a best in faction tourney next season? Maybe. Yeah, we'll think about it. That could be fun for sure. I would want to give a big thanks and shout out to our sponsors as well before we close up. GameMat.eu and 3D6 Wargaming, both contributing prize support to the finals. Really appreciate those folks for supporting the T5S2 series all the way through every season so far. They've been sponsors, and I'm really appreciative. GameMat.eu obviously makes incredible game mats for all sorts of miniatures games, but especially Warhammer 40,000. They also do terrain and other accessories. 3D6 Wargaming, the kings of 40K accessories. They do objective markers. They do CP trackers. They do all sorts of stuff, and they look phenomenal. And we have some Tactical Tortoise specific objective markers as well. You can grab if you head on over there. So exclamation point sponsors in the chat, and I'll have links to the sponsors down below the video if you're watching the VOD as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for right now. So I'll probably be back up in a little bit with a little bit more chill of a stream. We'll relax a little bit. We'll hang out. So come hang out with me afterwards. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. And this is the T5S2 Season 3 Invitational out.